Ridgeline High School Sports, a presentation of 104.5 The Ranch and CashValleyDaily.com. Brought to you by Adams Wealth Advisors, Great Basin Graphics, McDonald's, Logo Shop, Castelite, Napa Auto Parts, Planet Fitness, DD Auto Salvage, Cache Valley Auto Care, Les Olson Company, Logan Cash Rich Credit Union, The Cater Shop, Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, and Cache Valley Daily. Now, it's time for the Ridgeline Riverhawks on 104.5 The Ranch.
Here we go, folks. Dave Simmons and the Patriot Nick Zollinger with you at Cedar Valley High School. We are out here, folks. It was quite a drive to get here with the traffic and Nick almost ramming the car in front of us. We made it.
That never happened.
We made it. No, Amy, don't worry about it. We made it. Just fine.
Over the hills and through the woods.
That's right.
And we're in beautiful Eagle Mountain.
Is that where we are?
We're in Eagle Mountain City, and we are at Aviator Stadium, Cedar Valley. Look at this backdrop
awesome
here, Dave. That's why it's called Cedar Valley. You got all sorts of cedars out there, and we're in a nice little valley.
Nice little valley. It's beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Gorgeous. And I'll tell you what, folks, this is a perfect night for football. Not too hot. Got a little bit of overcast. Hopefully we avoid any type of inclement weather. But we should have a good one here tonight as Ridgeline, the Riverhawks, come into this ballgame with a 3-0 record. And they'll be taking on Cedar Valley Aviators. They are 2-1 on the season, and their schedule so far is a little. I can't figure if we got a little Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde going on here.
Little Jekyll and Hyde out there for sure. I was about to say the same thing. They lose their first game 31-7 at Bear River. I watched that game on film. Bear River actually looked really good, Dave, to be honest with you. Some good, strong ball carriers there out in Garland, and a little left-handed quarterback. And so they beat this Aviators team 31-7 to open the season.
But then the Aviators obviously figured out some offense because they came and beat Jordan. I don't care if Jordan's not very good or if they are good, but all I know is Cedar Valley put 62 on the board.
62-48, if I believe.
41, 62-41.
41. So they gave up 41 points. So they've given up 31. They give up 41, and then all of a sudden you play Westlake at home. No. That one was on the road.
At Westlake.
That was on the road, and you beat Westlake 13-7.
So hardly any offense, but
no
incredibly
offense.
Good defense.
Yeah, so I just can't figure out this Aviators team. You know, watching them on film, they got a really good running back, number 22. That's going to be
it's Chivas Gregory.
Chivas Gregory. He is a good-looking football player. He's only a junior, but he does go about 5'10", and he runs hard. And he also returns kicks and has had a couple of good kick returns. He had, I want to say, I don't know if it was Gregory, but the Aviators also have had 2 punt returns en route to that 62 points against Jordan. But the offense at times has looked anemic. 13 points against Westlake, only 7 against Bear River, and then you got this big anomaly in the middle against Jordan. So I don't know what to make of this Aviators team. We played them a few years ago at home, Dave, in the playoffs, and we absolutely destroyed them. So who knows what we got our hands here. We could have our hands full here tonight with the Aviators. Yep. Playing at home playing on the road.
It's always tricky.
Is always hard. And I was talking with one of the coaches yesterday, and he just says, that 2 hour, I say 2 hour. That was probably more like 2.5.
Yeah, in the traffic.
2:45 in a bus maybe. Mm-hmm. That nearly 3-hour bus ride is a tough element to sometimes overcome with an energy level. But watching these boys warm up here, as we got here around 6:15, they looked pretty good out there on the field.
Yeah, I think both teams are definitely going to be ready to go. But that to be able to put 62 points on the board, I don't care who you're playing. That's a lot of points in a high school football game to be able to put up. So, but you can start dissecting that a little bit because you figure that Jordan had 41 on the board, and so at that point you're probably not going to be pulling out the starters. It was close enough that it was just maybe an offensive battle. The guys just standing in the middle and exchanging punches.
Well, I ain't going to lie to you and say that it was a well-played game by both teams. It was a little ugly at times.
Did you watch that film?
I couldn't get myself to watch the whole thing, but I watched.
Maybe you're a defensive-minded guy.
A good half of it. I watched more of the Bear River and the Westlake game, but just kind of some. It just wasn't. Let's just say it just wasn't great football out there at all times with those two teams. But I do know this. Cedar Valley has a good defense. Mm-hmm. I think the 41 points against Jordan is an anomaly. I think that they just kind of got a little out of position, a little out of sorts against Bear River. I think they do have a good defense. I know they have a good running backs. Can they keep the game close enough to not have to rely on the pass game? Because if they can keep it close and keep it a dogfight and keep it an ugly game, they will have a chance to win this game here at home. On the other side, can Ridgeline score early? Can they execute when they get opportunities offensively early in the ball game? Because we've seen a couple times now at Bonneville, at Utah State against Stansbury, early in the game, this Ridgeline offense has struggled to take advantage of opportunities either the defense or the special teams has created for them. And so I know that's been a huge point of emphasis is offensively they have to be better early in the ball game. On the defensive side, they've yet to play a clean game, right? They're giving up more points than they'd like. This team is 3-0, and sometimes you feel like they're 1-2 or 0-3, but they're 3-0. They just haven't won. They haven't won ball games the way they would like to, with the exception of maybe Bonneville. They won 27-7. The other two games, I feel like they think they had opportunities to win those by further margins, which they're 100% right they did. They just didn't capitalize on those opportunities. So
as I look through the stats for Cedar Valley Aviators, here's an interesting one for you. They've scored a total 2, 4, 6, 7. They've scored a total of 13 offensive touchdowns. And
Chivas has 10 of them.
6 of them have come from Chavis Gregory.
Okay.
So then it makes you want, and he runs the ball. He's carried the ball 61 times for 416 yards, averages better part of 7 yards per carry. So then you go look at the passing game, and Cole Christensen has thrown the ball 20 of 41 for less than 50% on the season, 274 yards total in 3 ball games.
Yeah, it's not a high-powered air attack for sure.
Right.
They want to pound you in the middle, and they want to use Chivas Gregory and just wear you down.
So let me give you a little bit of a comparison here. J.T. White has ran the ball for 427 yards, so compared to Gregory at 416. So you're pretty close there from a run game. But then Nate Daly has thrown for 858 yards. So they've got a better balance, at least statistically, Ridgeline does than Cedar Valley does, as Cedar Valley's only thrown the ball for 274 plus 51 of that. Luke Esperson come in for that. So, 325 so yards in the air for Cedar Valley. Rigeline with 858.
800 plus, yeah. Here's a stat here's an interesting point for you, Dave. In the Riverton game, Ridgeline had over 500 yards of total offense.
Whoa, I didn't realize that.
And only scored 25 points. That is an incredible
stat.
Lack of executing either in the red zone or just capitalizing on opportunities to score points, right? I mean, you would expect to be 35 plus on a 500-yard night, and even maybe in the 40s. And so that's been the biggest thing for this offense is really comes down to execution.
In the red zone?
I think there's multiple. I mean, Hunter Knight last week, a perfect opportunity. That's not a red zone execution thing, but it's a drop touchdown.
Yeah.
There's just been times in all 3 of the games so far where you've had opportunities, whether it's in the red zone or not. You've had big-time opportunities to score and score early and kind of run away with the game, and you haven't been able to do it. And so I know that is going to be something going into region. You get in dogfight with Skyview or someone with that high-powered offense that Skyview has, if you're in catch-up mode, that's going to be tough sledding. So you've got to get those touchdowns in the first quarter if you're this Ridgeline offense. And I know they're looking for that first quarter touchdown here against the Aviators. I don't know that, Dave, you go back and look at their games, I don't know that they have a first quarter touchdown unless it was at Riverton. In the Riverton game, I know they didn't score in Bonneville, and I know they didn't score against Stansbury in the
I can tell you pretty
first
quick.
quarter. But did they score
Bonneville?
in the first?
No. Ridgeline, they had
Riverton?
They had 6 in the first quarter, but not against Stansbury.
That was a touchdown and a missed PAT or a blocked PAT, wasn't it? I do remember that. Yep. So
but
they've only scored
quarter 2. They've been much
put up some
better.
points. Yes.
In quarter 3, they put 21 on Bonneville, and they've done better too. So it's that dang first quarter that's getting them right now.
Yep. They need to execute, get some offense going early in the game, and build that lead, and then force the other team out of their game plan. If you can make the other team uncomfortable with what they're trying to do, then your defense can really pin their ears back and either come get that quarterback or go make some plays. But I feel like the lack of execution up front on offense has led to the defense being in some bad positions, bad situations at times, but both sides have got to play better, let's be honest. I mean, defense has got to play better. Offense has got to execute better, especially early in the game. If they do those two things, they'll get a dub here tonight. I got them favored by 10. What did Perry's Power
I don't know.
Guide?
Let's look that up at the break here. But if you're listening in, and there's multiple ways to either watch or listen to this ball game on your radio dial at 104.5 The Ranch. And if you're listening in your car and getting home, you can also video stream this on CashValleyDaily.com. Your video experience is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. They put their clients first under any circumstance. Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com. We are getting close to the national anthem, but before we go there, just want to give you the rundown of the high school football schedule for the region, for the Valley. In Cache Valley, you've got Bear River playing Carbon today, and that one is
Carbon.
Bringing
Is
Carbon.
that in Carbon?
No, it's at Bear River. Then
There's a bus
Skyview is
ride.
at Fremont.
Okay, now Fremont's on a down year, so I'm not going to get too excited if they go there and beat that 6A Fremont team. They don't look great so far. I think Bonneville went to Fremont, or Fremont went to Bonneville, and Bonneville thumped them.
Okay.
I think first game of the season, or second game of the season for Bonneville.
Fremont could be on a little bit of a down year.
They're a little bit of a downer, so I don't know if you're going to get much of a read on Skyview off that game.
Okay, Green Canyon is at Morgan. Being at Morgan, that could be a good one.
And Skyview handed it to Morgan last week with another high-powered offensive game for Skyview.
That'll be interesting to see, too. We can get some kind of a barometer on a couple different teams.
Because if there's one surprising team right now in the region, it's Green Canyon.
For
and
sure
their defense is, whew,
looking pretty good. So we'll see how they're able to do at Morgan. Logan is hosting Juan Diego. Obviously, Ridgeline, we're down here at Cedar Valley, and then Mountain Crest is at Minico of Idaho, not Minocho, which is what Nick called him last year.
Minico. That's a hard offense to play defense after their loss last week to Pocatello.
Yep.
So they got their hands full in Idaho.
So full slate this weekend, or this Friday night, as we are down here at Cedar Valley. Ridgeline is getting set to take on the Aviators. We're going to have a national anthem here, so Nick and I will take a break. Step aside for the anthem. We'll be right back after this.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
Every day's a fiesta at El Salvador Los Primos Restaurant. All the excitement that you'd expect from the best Mexican Salvadorian cuisine. Try their authentic pupusas, street tacos, and more. Visit now and get the student special. Buy one burrito, get one for free. View their entire menu online at ElSalvadorLosPrimos.com.
Good news for all school teachers and students. Cash Rich Credit Union is offering ultra-low interest rates, auto loans, and more. Plus, they school students for good grades. Inquire at Logan Cash Rich Credit Union. Member-focused, goal-driven.
If you want a natural stone look on your home without the expense, think Coldwater Stone in Tremonton or Castorite in Logan and see how they take some of the most beautiful resources the earth has to offer, then shapes and blends them to create your dream home. Online at coldwaterstone.com.
RPMs raise jumps, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Great Basin Graphics has custom t-shirts, detailed embroidery, and graphic design that will get your business noticed. You can always go to greatbasingraphics.com for more information. Again, Dave Simmons and the Patriot Nick Zollinger here with you at Cedar Valley High School. The Aviators and the Ridgeline Riverhawks just a couple minutes away from kickoff. We got
check out the Aviator down there, Dave.
We got an
down here, yeah, with the little headset on and the jacket.
It's a fun introduction.
Is that a Riverhawk in an Aviator's costume?
I'm going Eagle.
Okay,
let's go with an Eagle.
Huh? It's got a smushed beak.
Yeah,
that beak has been in the closet for too long.
Yeah, we're gonna get that. It'll loosen up here as the game goes on. Fun little introduction, though. They have the band out on the field, creating a big tunnel for the players. That's a big band.
I'd say that is. That's about 100 people out there, 110.
Good group of kids out there in the band.
I'd say.
And they're going to come and fill in the seats over here, I think, in a minute and give us some pep band type stuff, which is always fun for high school ball games.
You think the farmer that ever owned this field of sagebrush and weeds ever thought there'd be a high school football stadium planted right here?
I doubt it. But it's awesome. It's a fun view.
Yeah, it is a nice little setting out here. Our captains of the night, Carson Cox with Dante Bond, JT White, and Avon Gore going out for the coin flip.
They're out there. Let's get the Aviator numbers, too, while we're at it. I'm sure we're going to have some Aviator fans listening in on this ball game.
Well, why wouldn't we?
Well, all I know is somebody came up and asked Nick if this was being streamed, and so we passed it on, and now I would imagine like a wave it's gone through this crowd.
Oh, 100%.
Now everybody's listening to us.
And grandpas on here.
We will try I'll try to keep Nick in check.
Okay.
I'm going to tell the listeners he's a bit of a homer. Okay? Besides Hurricane John, that's a battle between the homers. But out there we got for the Aviators, it's a homer battle. Michael Orr, number 70, is a senior
big
captain.
Old boy.
Yep. Number 3 is Nathan Banry. He's a senior wide receiver linebacker is what they have him listed at. Number 50 is Dalton Dunn, also a senior O-line, D-line player. And then number 7 is Braden Jakins. He's a junior defensive back, and I think he might handle the kicking duties, too, as it shows him as a kicker.
Give us that Great Basin graphic, or no, sorry, logo shop.
Uniform check. Committed to schools, teams, and youth groups is a logo shop. Ridgeline wearing their white jersey tops with their navy blue pants. Is there a splash of green on those helmets anymore?
No.
Not at all?
Not a drop of it.
All right.
Just navy blue and white.
No action green besides gloves and cleats out there for the Riverhawks. And then for the Aviators of Cedar Valley, I'm seeing a deep crimson red.
That's a great description
with
right there.
White numbers, and I think they may be piped in black. Silver helmets. Now help me figure out a college jersey. The Washington State Cougars, if you can think of that one.
Absolutely nailed it right there. And I would say
we always look a little Penn State-ish.
On the other side, it's very Penn State-ish. I don't know that Penn State rocks the navy blue with the white very often. I think they go all white.
Hey, but
navy.
I see a action green R on the pants of Ridgeline.
Oh, do you now?
Yep.
None on the helmet, though.
None on the helmet. None. Oh, and a little stripe on the sleeves, on the shoulders.
Yep.
Aaron Young's going to kick it off for the Riverhawks. Aaron's been in the end zone and out of the end zone. I'd say 50-50, wouldn't you say? About 50% of the time he makes it.
Yeah, but the other day at practice, Bud, I watched him take about 3 steps and kick 4 of them in a row back there, not even trying. So it's like golf. Kicking is like golf, which, by the way, don't let me forget, you got to get Perry's Power Guide. I want to know what the spread is there.
Okay.
Kicking's like golf. It's not how hard you swing your club. It's all about making center contact with that ball in the center of your foot. And
this one he gets a little high. Chunked this one to the 2-yard line. Didn't quite get it in. Coming straight down the middle is
coverage.
Great coverage. I see down there on the ground, number 50 for Ridgeline.
Landon Perkins came flying in there as well. Number 18.
That one doesn't have
Oh, I should be
50
better.
on there.
I know. I should be better with that number, too. I can see his face. I can literally see his face. I can't think of his name.
Well, this isn't the roster we had is the one they provided for us, and maybe.
What does your roster say?
Well, I did that one for Cedar Valley.
Aviators starts
50, they don't have it.
Okay.
We're going to have to figure out who 50 is. If anybody listening in, give me a text, and we'll get that on there for you.
Stopped him right at the 21-yard line.
Aviators are going to go in a spread offense. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and a running back right next to the quarterback. He hands it off to that running back, and he's got a lot of room. And he's pulled down from behind by Dustin. They're going to get a horse collar on that one.
I have no idea what that's going to be, but that's
Gregory, by the way.
That might be he pointed in the Aviator direction, but that's a late holding call if it is a holding call. But if it weren't for Trace Dustin in the backfield there at his free safety position coming downhill, oh my gosh. That I don't know that I can agree with that call because that looked like it was around the side of the shoulder versus up in the back of the neck, but that one's tough for us to see from up here. But Trace Dustin from free safety has to save what could have been even a bigger gain by Chavis right out of the gate.
How many did Gregory get? First name Chavis, last name Gregory.
It was about 12.
Okay, we're going to give him 12 on that one, and then again give it to him over the right side. Gets good positive yardage out of that one as well.
Yeah, you're going to lean on Case and Dana there in the middle, nose guard, to really get a good push up front, get some penetration, disrupt this offensive line from getting into your backfield, getting into the linebackers. But that time, Cedar Valley again doing a good job of getting a push up front and picking up about 5, or is that 4?
4. Give him 4. He's up to the 48-yard line.
Yeah.
Still on the Cedar Valley side of the field. Quarterback is Cole Christensen, number 12. He's in the shotgun. Trips to the right this time, 1 on the left. He's looking right. Now he's coming looking left. Now he's under pressure. They're coming to get him, but he scampers out of there. Now he's got some room. Out to the left side, trying to get the corner. Got it before pushed out of bounds by Cole Dustin. Trace Dustin, excuse me.
Trace Dustin again, his second tackle of the game. That's not good news for this defense, as your free safety's made a couple of tackles already, this time on a quarterback scramble. He drops back to pass looking right, gets flushed out of the pocket by good penetration from Case and Dana, and then he just scrambles and picks up first down with his feet.
13 yards.
Aviators on the move.
For Christensen. And he's going to stay in the shotgun. I wonder if he'll ever get up under center. We don't see a lot of that now in high school, do we?
I don't think we'll see it at all here tonight.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. Give it to Gregory. He goes over to the right side. He's going to get about 5.
Yeah, and Will Graham from his middle linebacker position just misses that time trying to run an alley and just gets underneath the block. Case and Dana with a pretty decent push, but again, this offensive line is creating some space here for Gregory, and he's having his way so far. 3 rushes, probably about 25 yards so far in the game.
Yeah, got him with 20. And it's 2nd down and 6. Whistle blows. They're going to talk this over. White hat comes over to the near sideline over by the – nope, he's faked it. Faked the run to the sideline and went back.
He just wants to make sure everyone knows he's reffing out there.
He's a part of it.
Oh,
in the shotgun, trips to the right this time. Right in the middle of the field is the ball. Christian's going to run it, and he's brought down by Bodie Hansen.
Yeah, good job from his middle linebacker position. Bodie Hansen getting downhill and getting his arms on that quarterback, creating it says 4th down, but it's 3rd, right?
Yeah, it's 3rd.
Just a couple yard gain on the quarterback. That was quarterback straight run to the right there, Dave.
We're going to give him 3 yards on that because it's 3rd down and about 3.
From the Ridgeline, 32-yard line.
And it's on the 32. Ridgeline 32. Christensen again in the shotgun. He's going to bring Gregory to his right side. 2 receivers on the right side. That's the shorter side of the field. Give it to Gregory on the left. He powers his way forward, and he's going to get enough. He had a couple guys hanging on him.
And it just seems like Cedar Valley's doing a good job of running away from these blitzes that Ridgeline sending at him. That time, Charlie Booth comes off the edge, but he's on the opposite. He's on the weak side of the play, and Gregory's able to just stick his nose in that second level of the Ridgeline defense, and he runs over a couple of Riverhawks on his way for a first down.
1st and 10, ball on the 27-yard line of Ridgeline. Fake the pitch to the left. Now rolling right is
my
hard
gosh.
from behind. is number 6, Cooper Clark.
Oh, man, I said, whoo, they were running away from the blitz, and this time the quarterback doesn't get his eyes backside as he rolls right. He kind of avoids pressure from, that was Cohen Richards on the blitz that jumped up to deflect that attempted pass. And then, whoo, Cooper Clark
cleaned it up.
Just pile-drived him.
Back to the 34-yard line now.
Sorry, that's Christensen. Oof.
Yep, Christensen's going to set up here in the shotgun with 2nd down and 17. They're going to be a little tighter formation here on both sides. Low snap. Christian's got to go get it. Got an out route, and they miss. It's dropped on a little out route to number 35. Intended receiver that time was Detmer Murdoch. Hey, there's
it on the hop.
There's a name on here that you've got to want to have if you're a
Diesel.
If you're a football player.
We got
Diesel Hunter.
We got a Diesel on our team too.
Do we?
Well, it's his nickname.
Okay, this is the guy's real
given name. Yeah.
Ooh, there's a Nick Simmons on this team. I bet he's a fantastic football player.
He is lights out.
Between Nick and Simmons, I've never heard of a better name.
Hey, Dalton Dunn's our number 50, by the way, made the tackle on the kickoff coverage.
Good. Thank you for getting that. On the both sides, had a man in motion. They're going to wheel route out of the right to Gregory. He's going to lower his shoulders and get further, and he's going to get too close to the original first down.
It's a nice little design where they motion the wide receiver from the right over to the left, and they clear that right side of the defensive formation out, and then they throw a little swing route to the back. Looks like they're lining up for a field goal attempt here. This is going to be a 45-yarder if he nails this one, Dave.
Yeah, this is going to be deep. Fingers of the holder are on the 35. Number 7 is Braden Jenkins, and he's going to try to get this from 45. It's going to be way short. In fact,
goodness.
Dustin almost could have caught that and brought it.
I think he's going to.
He is going to bring it. He's at the 10. The 20.
It went in the end zone, so it's a touchback?
In college, you can do it. Obviously, there must be something in high school, just like in a kickoff where you kick it into the end zone, you can't bring it.
Yeah, had he caught that, he let it bounce once. It bounced at about the 2.
Yeah.
Had Trace just caught that on the fly, man, I think that would have been a pretty heads-up play. He caught it off the bounce, but he was in the end zone when he caught that off the bounce. So goes to a touchback and ball at the 20-yard line. Start here for the Riverhawks offense. Good job by the defense holding strong there, getting a nice sack by Cooper Clark, which sets up the 2nd and long, and then a couple of stops force him into a field goal attempt, which was way short.
Way short. Nate's going to give it to JT coming to the right side on the first plays. The Riverhawks take over for the first time with 7:44 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, it looks like just a little zone off to the right. Couldn't tell if it was zone or power there, but JT to the right side of that offensive formation behind Crew Jones. Not a ton of running room there. He picks up 3, 2nd and 7.
That's we'll give him 3. So ball out to the 23-yard line. Daly in the shotgun. JT right behind him. 2 receivers on the left side. No, make it 3. They're going to try to go up over top to Carson, and good coverage is out there, but no play on the ball as Jenkins was in the face of Carson Cox.
Yeah, this will be interesting here, Dave. I don't know that this is guaranteed. Yeah, it looks like they are going to get number 7 on the PI. Yeah, like you said, he just got his back turned to the quarterback, the defensive back there, number 7. He never makes a play on the football. He just pushes up into Carson Cox's body, and as Carson tries to slow down on the underthrown ball from Nate Daly, he draws the the defensive pass interference, the 15 yards, and the new first set of downs here for the Riverhawks.
Up to the 33-yard line, it looks like.
10-yard. Okay.
Yep, it's a 10-yarder apparently.
No, that's the 38, bub.
Oh, I missed that. Okay,
yeah,
38,
15.
thanks. Yep, 38-yard line. Daly in the shotgun, bringing in motion Graham Livingston, but they give it back the other side to JT. He gets across the 50-yard line, a good run. One guy had an ankle of JT. Other than that, he might have been gone.
Yeah, 2 tight ends on the left side of that offensive line. Hunter Knighton and Crew Jones clearing the space along with Easton Hammond, and I can't tell who's playing left guard over there. That's my buddy Willie Graham playing left guard. So nice job of that offensive line on the left side, giving JT White some room and about a 12-yard gain.
Into Aviator territory. Livingston comes in motion again, this time from the right to the left. Still give it back to JT. He said maybe he might get 1. On a forward progress, I think they're going to give him the 48.
Not much space in that interior of that offensive line. They try to run counter load up heavy on the right side and try to run it back to the left, but the Aviators defense is all over that play. And a 2nd and 9 coming up here for the Riverhawks.
Seems like in last year I was asking for maybe to hand that ball a little bit more often to that fly sweep. Just make it know that it's available. This time dropping back is Dowley. He finds his man. That's Livingston. He's at the 35, pushing forward, and he gets up down to the 31.
Graham Livingston in the slot. This time runs just about a 12-yard hitch route, and you got the back out of the backfield, putting pressure on that outside linebacker to make a decision, and when he flies out with the back, the hitch route's wide open at the slot, and Nate Dowley throws a strike for a nice first down on first down.
Yeah, about a 16-yard gain that time, 32-yard line, and give it back to JT. Bounces out to the left side, and he tries to cut back to the middle. He's going to be close to a first. It's probably 9.
9, it looks like they're giving him right there at about the 23-yard line or so, Dave.
Should be.
They run counter again, load up the right side, run back to the left, and JT just follows Crew Jones and then decides to bounce it to the edge of the defense, gets all the way across the formation and out to the left hash before he's brought down after a 9-yard gain.
Carson Cox comes way out to the right side.
This could be a fade over the top here.
In the slot is Hunter Knighton. Shotgun Dowley looking to the left. Now he's got over the middle. Good little play. Perfectly thrown. Touchdown. Ridgeline. Graham Livingston.
Oh, it's a beautifully designed play here. As again, you get Graham Livingston on just a little skinny post. Was he the outside wide receiver there? Oh boy, did I get that replay?
I think they were very close, and they just kind of ran one off the other, trying to get Graham open, and they did, and that ball was delivered right on target.
Yeah, he gets behind the Aviator defender there, as Graham must have given him a nice shake on that post route, but beautifully thrown ball by Nate Dowley right down the seam on the left hash. Ooh, bad snap and a great recovery by Trace Dustin there on that. Wow.
7-0 Ridgeline here in the first quarter. We got 4:49. That was quick. They scored in about 3 minutes.
It's exactly what the doctor ordered if you're the Ridgeline. Jeremy Livingston, I know, has just been dying to put points on the board early in the game. And there you go. First possession all the way down the field, 80 yards to pay dirt.
7-0 Ridgeline. We'll be back in just a moment. Defense helps win championships. That's true in business too. This is Dave Simmons. Les Olson IT is the best defense for your network. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services.
Les Olson IT.
Suit up, feel good. Custom tailored clothing for him and her. The Cater Shop, because how you look is the first message you deliver.
Aaron Young coming forward for the kick. This one's going to make it to the end zone by about a yard or two. So unable to bring it out is number 10, Champ Buffett. And the Aviators are going to take over at the 20-yard line. They had a pretty good sustained drive last time, but it stalled out. Tried a 45-yard field goal from the 35-yard line. And
that one wouldn't have been good from the PAT attempt.
No, it was a little short. He chunked that one, like you say. He didn't quite get that one on the face.
That was dead chunked. Only went about 10 yards down the field. Oh, well, no, I take that back because it went in the end zone. It one hopped into the end zone.
So Christensen will be in the shotgun. He's going to have Gregory right next to him. 2 receivers on the right side and 1 on the left. Ball straight on the middle of the field. Clapping his hands. Another low snap. Christensen goes down and gets it. He's got his man. A pretty good defense that time by Cooper Clark diving over. He might have had a piece of that one incomplete.
The defense this time drops 8 into coverage. Only brings 3. The 3 down linemen, and Cooper Clark is all over that one as they try to throw. They love those quick hitch routes. Just every wide receiver, all 5 of them run hitches, and that time the defense is all over it and brings up a 2nd and 10.
Trips to the left this time. Gregory right next to Cole Christensen, and they run Gregory, and in there to hammer him immediately is, again, Bodie Hansen.
He is figuring out how to play linebacker again. After taking a year off his junior year, he comes back his senior year, and, man, he's had some good stops up front.
He really
this time gets a good read and hammers Gregory at about a 2-yard gain.
As we walked into the stadium and we were watching the team warm up, I saw Bodie, and I looked at Nick and said, you know who's been great so far this year? Bodie Hansen.
He has been good.
2 on the right and 1 on the left this time. In the shotgun still is Christensen. He's got a man right next to him on his right. Gonna fake it on a play action. They're trying to run a screen play, and they got the man open, coming up to make the tackle. Can't make it, and he's through the defense into the secondary, and it's got to be Trace Dustin to make the tackle.
Yeah, he saves another big gain for the Aviators. It already was a big gain. Could have been bigger if Trace wasn't there, but this time Cedar Valley catches Ridgeline in a 7-man blitz. They bring about the house.
That was Killian.
And nobody gets home.
Gavin Killian on the catch.
They had 5 men on the line of scrimmage, and then they brought a linebacker in addition to that. And no one got home on the screen. And a big gain for Cedar Valley in a first down.
And they handed off up the middle. This time hit hard as Gavin Killian. And brought back.
And off to number 2.
Gregory checking back in this ball game after a couple carries by Killian. Nice little design blitz here as they get the outside linebacker coming back underneath the defensive end, kind of playing that B gap, and he just smacks Killian for a 1-yard gain. Is that what you had him for? Oh no, that's a 0.
That's a 0-yard gain.
That was a tackle.
Almost a tackle for loss, not quite. They're going to give him the original line of scrimmage. 2 receivers on the right side, Gregory on the left side of Christensen, and he's looking over the middle, and he's trying to look. Now he's going to run. Crew Jones can't get him. Coming up to make the tackle is...
oh, no. That's bad deal right there, Dave. You don't want to see...
Hunter Knight made the tackle, but he ran into something else.
Oh, my gosh. No, it was the quarterback.
No, what I didn't mean is it seems like his legs hit somebody else. Did he break something?
The quarterback really... Yeah, that was bad.
Went over bad.
Oh, that one I saw live, full speed, and it's not good for that young man. Oh, I hate seeing that.
Yeah, you hate seeing that. As they attend to Cole Christensen, we'll go ahead and take a break, and hopefully he's going to be okay. We'll be back in just a moment.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a quality-built, super-efficient York furnace. Call Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning at 752-7272. Online at advancedheating-ac.com. York, install confidence.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
What do they do at the Logo Shop? Custom design t-shirts, hats, and jackets with your company logo. Or put your logo on pens, drinkware, golf balls, travel accessories, outdoor gear, anything. Give them a call. Check out the possibilities.
Logo Stuff, the Logo Shop.
From what's happening in local political
Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
Here's today's hot and perfect.
Follow extreme routines? Do your own thing at Planet Fitness. Now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Advanced Integrated Systems in Tremonton is looking for passionate technicians to join the team. Work with your hands daily to create custom next-level smart home experiences for each client. To learn more about our career paths and rewarding benefits, visit AISAV.com.
A beautiful career in the beauty industry. New Horizons Beauty College is happy to be helping you take a step forward in a new career and your new look. New Horizons Beauty College, moving forward with beauty. Now accepting new clients. Call 435-753-9779.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
Every day's a fiesta at El Salvador Los Primos Restaurant. All the excitement that you'd expect from the best Mexican Salvadorian cuisine. Try their authentic pupusas, street tacos, and more. Visit now and get the student special. Buy one burrito, get one for free. View their entire menu online at ElSalvadorLosPrimos.com.
Good news for all school teachers and students. Logan Cash Rich Credit Union is offering ultra-low interest rates on auto loans and more. Plus, they pay school students for good grades. Inquire at Logan Cash Rich Credit Union. Member-focused, goal-driven.
If you want to...
Welcome back to Cedar Valley. Not a good situation here for Cole Christensen, senior quarterback. He being carted off the field. Already in an air cast. From what Nick could see, that is not a good injury, folks. Good round of applause. And we hope that young man's okay.
Yeah, it's very ugly looking lower left leg injury. Looks like number 3 for Cedar Valley. Senior wide receiver Nathan Banry is going to take the snaps here for Cedar Valley. This is just such a tough situation to be in.
Banry's just going to run right behind some blockers, and coming up to make a hit is a host of Ridgeline players. That's going to be back to maybe the line of scrimmage. Nick and I off air were talking about, because I looked down the roster, and I had also noticed in my pregame research that they had another kid listed that had taken some snaps at quarterback, Luke Esperson, and so I'm looking down there for number 16, and he's a sophomore, but if that's the number 16,
he's in some great joggers.
He is not in uniform tonight.
No, he's in street clothes.
You have a feeling that they're going to just one of their better athletes and hoping that he can help get the job done, but you've still got 2 minutes left in the first quarter. It's going to be a long night if they have a hard time moving, but they're going to put a lot on Gregory, who just ran that one for about 3 or 4 yards.
Oh, yeah, if you're Cedar Valley, you're just going to give it to Gregory or quarterback run it with Banry. And now if you're Jake Pitcher, what kind of adjustment do you make to really get a run-heavy defense in there, bring these linebackers from different spaces, confuse that offensive line, because it is going to be 90% run here or even more. They're having a hard time getting the play in, so they're going to run a wide receiver. Actually, they're going to run a running back in. See, now this lineup here with the smaller number 2.
Gavin
Killian in. Yeah, we're going to get a timeout. Probably going to get Gregory back in the ball game, I would assume. But
yeah, it's not easy when you have a
new quarterback
and a guy that most likely hasn't even been practicing quarterback.
Right.
To try to get the plays in and get it the way it should be done.
I mean, that's a contingency plan, a succession plan for all teams. I don't care who you are at the high school level, is so hard.
It is hard. I talked to Coach Cox about that recently, about in those underclassmen. We can go back this way. Caden Cox was the quarterback since his sophomore year starting, then junior and then senior year. It's hard to develop a younger quarterback at that point. So he gets hurt against Skyview in the semifinals. Now what? I mean, they go to Evan Webb, who's one of their really good athletes. And he had played quarterback in just Little League, but hadn't played quarterback in high school. That's all you got at that point.
You just can't find enough reps at practice because your next best quarterback should probably be running scout team. The other team's plays in practice.
Yeah.
The only time they get to run their own plays is when they play in a JV game. And, it's so hard. The speed is different.
3rd and 7. Run a man in motion out of the backfield. Have 3 on the left side. They're going to try to let him throw it. Bannery runs left. Now he's trying to get to the 40. They bring him down across the 40 at about the 42. That's going to be a first, or pretty darn close to it.
And that's something you've got to figure out. So far it's been quarterback run has hurt you probably the most as Christensen and now Bannery takes off from the pocket. So you got to figure out a way to contain this quarterback and keep him in the pocket, because the quarterback run has really been hurting this Riverhawks defense as they have it across the 50 now and a new set of downs at the 38.
So as a coach, do you just have a spy on the quarterback?
I don't know that you're set to a spy situation here, but you really got to emphasize that these D linemen or these outside linebackers have to keep contained and keep this quarterback in the pocket.
Extra tight end on the right side. They're going to run Killian, and coming through there to make the tackle is Hunter Knighton.
Yeah, it's a great play by Hunter at his middle linebacker position. Killian is such a different back when he's in there. He's smaller, he's shiftier. I haven't seen a lot of great moves out of him so far. If I'm the Aviators, I'm leaving Gregory in there, and I'm putting almost 100% of the load on him and Bannery, and just say, hey, guys, we got to misdirection them with quarterback read, some zone read stuff, get the quarterback running out on the edges, and then hit him in the middle with Gregory.
So Hunter Knighton with a tackle for a loss there of 1 yard. Trips to the right this time, 1 on the left side. Fake it to Gregory. Now come on a little, no, that's forward.
Yep.
But they tried to run. I know what the Ridgeline play is called. What do you call that route, though? Just a little comeback route.
Oh, was that the outside wide receiver on that? Yeah, just a little now screen.
Okay.
So it's a little, little comeback route by the outside wide receiver trying to get inside the slot receiver who's blocking for him.
And then you'll hopefully a lot of times pull that left guard and tackle to get downfield to hopefully make some blocks for you. That time the pass was dropped. So you're going to face a 3rd and 11 situation, and Bannery will be in the shotgun. Gregory moves from Bannery's right to his left. 2 receivers on the left side, just 1 on the far right. Fake the handoff, and now looking over the middle, they're going to have Trace Dustin taps it in the air, and it's caught by Hunter Knighton. Trace hit it up instead of down, and it was lucky that one of the Ridgeline players was underneath it and not an Aviator.
Yeah, Bannery tries to throw this over the middle of the Ridgeline defense, and free safety Trace Dustin is just sitting in the backfield, sitting in center field, waiting for that one. And as he floats it, he puts way too much air under that. Trace Dustin bats it up into the air and right into the arms of the middle linebacker, who gave nice pursuit and got a good drop there. Hunter Knighton gets a couple of tackles here early.
The ball.
Always go to the ball.
Trying to
never assume.
Little 13-year-old who's playing safety to always pursue the ball. Handoff coming to JT White to the right side, and he's got room to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 50. Can they catch JT? He's at the 30, the 25, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Riverhawks.
And I wish my instant replay was working, but it's JT White, just power football on the right side of that offensive line behind Crew Jones again, who was in a 3-point position at tight end. And, man, that was just – you could have driven a Mack truck through that, baby. And then JT hit the afterburners down the Cedar Valley side of the field right in front of all their players.
80 yards for JT.
80-yarder.
So in the end of the first quarter, we had 13 seconds left in the first quarter. JT's got 106 yards.
106, and this offense has put up 14 points. It's the exact start of the game that you were looking for if you're Coach Cox. And you've jumped all over these Aviators, and just a heartbreaking injury to their quarterback, Cole Christensen. This is going to be a rough night here.
It's going to be difficult.
Yeah, this is a worst case. You can't think of a worst case scenario to be in if you're the Aviators right now. It's just terrible. So it's tough.
They're going to have to show some grit here and just hang in. So keep those long sustained drives, ball on the ground, let the clock continue to run. and try not to give the ball back to Ridgeline very often.
You've had the ball across the Ridgeline side of the field twice now, and you've come up empty with a missed field goal and an interception. So you've shown the ability to move the ball if you're the Aviators. I mean, you know what? I mean, you got to give the ball to your best player. It's Gregory right now. It's got to be a full dose of Gregory, and you can't really move the ball down the field through the air. You just are in a, it's one of those situations where you just got to fight through this one, man.
Yeah. Aaron Young puts that one deep into the end zone. McDonald's sponsors our player of the game. Locations in Smithfield, Logan, South Logan, Hiram, Brigham City, and Tremont. Visit any of your local McDonald's. And if you're looking for a new job, you can work for McDonald's and let McDonald's work for you. They have flexible hours and most importantly, tuition reimbursement plus meals and other perks at McDonald's.
Banry.
Coming back out is Nathan Banry with his offense. He's driving the bus now. He's got a receiver to either side, and it looks to me like Gregory on his right. Snap handed to Gregory. He's coming over the left side tackle. He's got room, and now he's into the open field to the 40, to the 50, to the 40. They're not going to catch Banry. No, they're not going to catch Gregory either. Touchdown, Aviators.
It's exactly what you got to do if you're Cedar Valley. Just a bolt of lightning there. Gregory out of the backfield. They get in a double tight formation, Dave, and then they just run power football over to the left. It's actually a bit of a zone read play with the quarterback. Gregory gets a little bit of a crease, and he has breakaway speed. Now, if you're Cedar Valley, you've just got this back to within one touchdown. You have got to rely on the legs and the strength and the running ability of Gregory almost the rest of the game. He can't come out of the ball game if you're going to stay in this one, as boom, one play, and he hits pay dirt to give his chance to bring this lead down to 7 with the pending extra point. 4.2 seconds to go in this first quarter. That one's
all
good.
Sorts of action in here as Jenkins puts in the point after, and Aviators are on the board.
Man, what a fun first quarter.
Yeah, whatever you can do, I can do.
All sorts of stuff.
As JT White goes for 80, and then Gregory goes for 80.
Play.
Woo. I want to remind you that the Napa Auto Parts sponsors our best part of the game. How about back-to-back 80-yard runs for touchdowns?
I'm done.
You can count on Napa Auto Parts for the parts you need and the parts you use every day at Napa Auto Parts. Coming out to kick will most likely be Jenkins. Nope, they're running out number 17.
No,
Chase Webb.
He's playing a little cover. It's number 7.
Oh, sorry. I thought he had something in his hand like a tee. I missed it. Jenkins is going to tee it up on the 40-yard line. He's a good athlete, too. And when your kicker is also one of your DBs and possibly receivers, he's a decent athlete. As he steps this off, he's ready to come forward. Back to receive for the Riverhawks is Cooper Clark and Peterson. Sam Peterson probably back there is my guess. Can't quite get his number. That's
Jackson Lindsay.
Oh, Jackson Lindsay, sorry. And that one goes into the end zone, so Lindsay or Clark won't be able to bring that one out. And Ridgeline will start at the 20-yard line. Logan Cash Rich Credit Union. If you teach in the Logan Cash or Rich School District, you can qualify for an ultra-low interest rate on auto loans and more. Loan approvals is in as fast as 30 minutes at Logan Cash Rich Credit Union. We also need to watch, Nick, for our Castlelite Rock Hard Tackle of the game. A couple have been made already by Bodie Hansen. Whether you're looking for brick for your home or bathroom remodel, pavers for the new walkway or backyard, think Castlelite. And check them out online at castlelite.com. In the shotgun is Nate Dowley. Heavier set on the left side. Receivers Carson Cox on the right. In motion comes Livingston. Give it to JT going back to the left. Livingston came from the left in motion, and they didn't give it to him.
It's a good block outside by Crew Jones. It's fun to see a freshman play like that out there. You're going to have him on the field for 4 more years as he gets to number 11 on the Cedar Valley defense and just mauls him out of the way.
Crew Jones does not look like a freshman by any means, folks. He is put together.
He's built different.
He's built different. Kind of like me and you. More me. This is the end of the first quarter. We're going to be back as Ridgeline is up 14-7 as we move to the second. We'll be back.
Without the expense, think Coldwater Stone in Tremonton or Castelite in Logan and see how they take some of the most beautiful resources the earth has to offer, then shapes and blends them to create your dream home. Online at coldwaterstone.com.
RPMs raise your BPMs. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
About ready to start the second quarter here. Ridgeline leading Cedar Valley 14-7. JT White will settle in behind Nate Daly in the shotgun. JT's in the pistol. Carson Cox way out on the right side, and also a receiver on the left. Fake it to JT, and a straight run play for Nate Daly, and he's hit at the 30, and we're going to get enough for the first down. He needed about 6 and got him.
Little play action, not play action, a little run action to the left with the quarterback keep going to the right. And Nate Daly's able to pick up a first down with his legs. I'm sure that, after what's happened already with the Cedar Valley quarterback,
that's the first thing I thought when Nate ran the ball. I'm like,
Every time he decides to pull that out of the belly of JT White and run it himself, but he's a big, strong kid. He can handle himself out there. Old Nate Daly can. Jackson Lindsay in the ball game back in the backfield.
Okay, he's back there by Daly. 2 receivers on the left side, tight end on the right. Calling signals is Daly. Fake it. Now he's going to throw an out route. He's got Graham. Graham tries to make a man miss, but they're going to corral him. That's Jenkins, kicker, coming up and making the play. Also playing defensive back.
Little run fake to the right, and then you got a quick out route by the slot wide receiver, Graham Livingston. And there's all sorts of space out there. It's a nice 5-yard pickup on first down through the air, and that's an RPO from Nate Daly. If he doesn't like the box in front of him, he can pull that out of the belly of Jackson Lindsay and sling it out to his slot wide receiver and his good buddy Graham Livingston for an easy 5-yard gain.
3 receptions for Daly and 3 catches for Livingston. Nobody else with a catch yet.
3 completions for Daly.
What did I say?
Receptions,
yeah. 3 receptions for Livingston, 3 completions for Daly. Now he's looking again. He's going to find. That one was
almost
lucky.
The 4th, but it went to 45 at Cedar Valley.
I don't think he was expecting that ball to get all the way to him. It hit him in the hands.
He's trying to hit a little shallow crossing route underneath. His good friend again, Graham Livingston, is the intended target, but it just goes an errant throw out of the reach of Graham Livingston and almost in the arms of number 45.
That could have been disastrous for Ridgeline.
That's Losi Teofilo Tuololo.
And so Losi doesn't get that one, but Ridgeline's going to face a 3rd down and 5. Bunched trips on the right side, and out of the backfield comes JT to the left side. Looking left is Daly. He's got his man again. That's Livingston. Well, he looks for him, doesn't he?
He loves his little shifty slot receiver, Graham, and he does have some nice set of hands on himself as he goes up and just gets a nice possession reception there. Do we got a holding call
penalty on the play. So that's negated.
I didn't see the call from the Whitecap. He's the one that threw the flag, and it looks to be of a 10-yard variety. Man, as quick as Nate got that out of his hand, surprising to see a holding call there. Typically, the longer the quarterback holds that ball, the more of a chance you got of a holding penalty, but that was in and out of the hands of Nate Daly pretty quick.
It was only a 6-yard gain, and so you figure that however long it takes to run 6 yards and turn around and make a catch is how long that took to get that hold. Daly in the shotgun, he's by himself. There's trips on the right side and 2 on the left. Nobody in the backfield with Daly. Calling signals. And now he's going to look for Carson Cox up over top. Carson's got the catch, crossed the 50 and out of bounds to about the 47-yard line. Soft coverage out there that time, I thought, by Jenkins. He wasn't staying very close to Carson at all.
No, way too much space on this edge of the Cedar Valley defense. And Carson Cox just kind of runs just a little simple go route, and Nate Daly throws it up to his big wide receiver. And it's an easy pitch and catch for the first down as the coverage just was not tight enough for Cedar Valley.
22 yards on that one for Carson and Daly. And now we're into aviator territory. Handoff to JT, comes left, keeps that ball high and tight, and he's going to only get about 1 out of it.
And when you watch that one on film, Dave, you're going to see a bit of a missed opportunity that time by JT White as the pulling guard, Trey Purser, gets about 5 yards downfield before he finds anyone to block, but JT decides to bubble it outside his tight end, Crew Jones, and there's nowhere to go outside as the hole had developed back to the inside, And that one wasn't blocked up too bad by the offensive line, but a bit of a poor read by JT. You don't see that very often out of him. His vision is next level.
Try it again right here. This time he's hit hard, but he drives forward and they pull him down after a gain of another couple.
And basically it's the same play as before, but instead of coming from the right guard over to the left side of the line, they're going left guard over to the right, and that's Willie G leading the way up the right side. But a better job that time by the Aviators defense that they had stopped any kind of push up front from the offensive line, and there was nowhere to run that time for JT White. And a 3rd and 7?
Yep, 3rd and 7. 9 minutes to play in the first half. In the shotgun is Dally. He's looking downfield. He's going to go up over top to Graham, and he overthrows him. And that's going to be incomplete, so 4th down and 7. This is in one of those spots where a lot of times we'll see a pooch kick.
I bet they go for it here. Up 14-7. You try to take that kill shot over the top to Graham Livingston. But
my guess is pin him back and do the pooch kick out of the shotgun. We'll see.
We'll see. 4th and 7.
So, yeah, it's still 8:55 remaining in the second quarter.
You've had space down the field with your wide receivers, but this does look like a go. It looks like they're going to go for this one, Dave.
Yeah, we'll see. JT right next to Dally. Dally in the shotgun. 3 receivers on the right side, 1 on the left, and Coach Cox calls timeout.
Nope, he wanted him because there's no one back. I think Nate was going to run a play there, and Coach Cox could see that he was going to run a play. And since there's no one back, that's the time that you want to pin it back there.
Yeah, you kick it back there.
If they put a defender back there to return or try to fair catch anything, yeah, I think they're going to rethink this one and probably punt this away, like you said, Dave.
Got a bunch of scores coming in. Mountain Crest and Minico, or Minocho, is 13-6 for Mountain Crest. Skyview's on top of Fremont 14-0 with still 10 minutes left in the second, so they're very close to the same period of their game as we are right now.
I'll send our score out.
All right. Logan on top of Juan Diego. Last we heard at the end of the first, 7-0. And Green Canyon is playing Morgan, and Morgan scored first in that ball game, 6-0.
So getting points on that stingy Green Canyon defense, Morgan is. That sounded like Yoda. When you say things
in the wrong
order,
sentence structure.
Scoring on the defense.
They did.
Morgan did.
Okay, let's see what they do on 4th. They are going to throw it. They got Graham across the middle. He's hit, but he's caught. He catches it. That ball on the money.
It's perfect timing, too. Just as Graham gets out of his break, that little dig route over the middle of the field, Nate Dally throws it right between the 1 and the 1. Throws a strike to Graham Livingston. He's 5 for 5, and Graham has 5 receptions. No, Carson, he's 6 for. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's a couple of drops. 45 down to the 33. So it's a 12-yard gain on that one. Again to Graham. He's wide open, and he's going to make it to the end zone. Touchdown.
Wow.
They got 12 yards to Graham, and then 33 yards to Graham. And the touchdown goes to Graham Livingston.
Graham Livingston and JT White having a ball game here tonight as Graham Livingston starts on the left side. And do you remember the play that Hunter Knighton dropped at Stansbury?
Yeah.
A very similar design play there, except instead of motioning Graham out over to the right side, they actually run him on a crossing route. And Hunter Knighton and Graham Livingston kind of run a mesh in the middle of the field, cross paths, and instead of going to his tight end, Hunter Knighton, he checks the ball back to Graham Livingston, who is opposite, and he is wide open for the nice reception touchdown. What's he got on the
Good decision on that one. Graham's got 89 yards, 2 touchdowns.
2 TDs.
1 for 223 and 1 for 33.
Wow.
He just, if I'm a defense, I'm like, we're gonna put 2 guys on that guy.
We're gonna bracket 11
because that's who Dally looks for.
Well, here's the problem.
There's a flag out there.
Yeah,
Was that on the point after?
I think it's unsportsmanlike. Personal foul. I think they got on the center. Oh, okay. It's on us.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened. And we missed the PAT. I didn't even see that.
Well, it was good.
Did you call it?
Yep.
Well, they haven't put the points on the board.
I don't know if I called it, but it was good. I'm at the point where I feel like Aaron Young's automatic.
Well, the scoreboard says 20, though, is what I'm saying. Oh, there it goes.
There it is, 21.
Going back to what we were saying there, here's the problem, Dave. go ahead and bracket up Graham Livingston.
Because you got Hunter Knight. You got guys out there.
You got Carson Cox.
And
you got Hunter
Cooper
Knight
Clark and all these different guys that can play.
Well, I don't know that Cooper Clark is going to play much receiver here tonight, but
he probably won't.
he's a defensive guy.
Yeah.
Hunter Knighton, Crew Jones, Trace Dustin was playing in fill of.
They have other guys. I'm not saying they don't have other guys.
Yeah, they got other guys. That's what creates problems. And you know what the other thing is? Jeremy Livingston is so creative with where he lines these kids up.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Graham in the slot. Then all of a sudden he's out by himself on the left. Then now he's on the third.
Onside kick, Nick.
Oh, no way.
That bounces at the 50 and it's dropped and then picked up. And number 19, Trey Crandall, falls on that one. So
glad you're watching this game.
So Cedar Valley will get the ball in really good field position at the 47.
But the creative alignment that Jeremy has with his offense, where he has control to put any wide receiver in any position and then run those rub plays or those crossing routes at you, it just creates all sorts of problems for defenses. And this here tonight is an example of the firepower that this offense does have.
Yeah.
21 points in less than a quarter and a half.
Banry in the shotgun. Wide receiver way out here. They're going to actually give it to Killian. And he bounces left, and he's not going to get anything.
I just don't understand.
In fact, that's a tackle for a loss.
I just don't understand. It's a completely different rush attack when Killian's in the game. And here comes Gregory. But why isn't he out there on first down? I just don't. I don't understand what the thought process is there. You got a dude that's got 100 yards. And
he's a dynamic back, that's for sure.
Hard to tackle.
Have you noticed
run strong?
Does Gregory play both ways?
No, I haven't seen him on defense. Does he have a defensive position listed? No. He's just a straight running back. That's what I'm saying. Like, why isn't he out there
on first down
every play?
Now you got a 2nd and 11, and Bannery's going to try to run behind Gregory, and they bring him down. Cooper Clark in on the tackle right there. Also, 53, Cole Juber in on that one.
If your linebackers here for Ridgeline, you're licking your chops.
Your ears are pinned, right?
You got your ears pinned back. Your tail is in a big old scurry because it is ready to go every play. You know you're getting run.
Score update from Skyview. Skyview up 21 to nothing. Did we decide that one was at Fremont or at Skyview?
I think so. Brevin Egbert has 3 touchdowns in that
kid's a problem for a lot of people right now.
He is going to be a problem.
He has been already.
Yes, he has.
A big problem for a lot of people.
He was a problem last year.
He definitely was.
He's a senior now.
Timeout called by Cedar Valley before they get the playoff. 7:08 remaining in the second quarter. Ridgeline leading 21-7. We'll take a quick break and be back in a moment. Defense helps win championships. That's true in business too. This is Dave Simmons. Les Olson IT is the best defense for your network. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services.
Les Olson IT.
Suit up, feel good. Custom tailored clothing for him and her. The Cater Shop, because how you look is the first message you deliver.
Ridgeline back out on the field with Cedar Valley after the Cedar Valley timeout. In the shotgun is Banry, and he's going to run right and throw it over the middle, but he throws it right into the hands of Dustin. Let's see what Dustin can do with it. Trace gets a lot of space. He's out to the 40, the 35, the 30, and he's brought down from behind, and a flag is called or thrown from a far sideline.
I don't even know what this is.
Unless it's a sideline warning, because he was right there.
No, it's like some kind of block in the back or hold. I don't know. It's
boy, that ball went
phantom.
That ball went right to Trace Dustin.
I was just going to say before we took the break, Dave, if you're the Ridgeline defense and you're Jake Pitcher over there, you are daring Banry to throw the ball at this point. You are just daring them to throw the ball down the field because it's not going to be on time and it's not going to be accurate. I mean, there's so much that goes into the play book and into the practice week to get those timing the timing between a quarterback and a wide receiver does not happen overnight. I mean, that's a summer-long process that you work on every single day. And when you're new to it, it's just so hard to get. It's just so hard to get that timing down right. And there's an example of Ridgeline, just Darren Banry to put the ball in the air. Trace Dustin is in a perfect position. He just basically throws it right to him. And the interception and the big return. But we did have, I think it was a block in the back call on someone on the defensive side. I didn't see who it was.
It's all the way back out to the 37. In motion is Livingston. Hand it off to JT. Ooh. JT makes a couple guys miss, and he is into the secondary to the 20. Nope. Yep. 28, 29.
And the big right guard, Trey Purser, comes from the right side of the line, clear over to the left, and just pancakes number 45 for that Cedar Valley defense, and clears the way for JT White to pick up 9.
9 yards for JT, second down and 1.
Well over 100 already here tonight.
Yep, ball on the 29-yard line. Little out route to Carson Cox is good. And that's going to be a gain of about
4.
If they mark it at the 25, it's a 4-yarder.
Yep. It's just too much space out there for the big 6'4" wide receiver. You give him 3-4 yards of cushion. That's an easy takings there for the first down. And I know Jeremy Livingston will take that all night if he's second and 2.
3 on the left side. This time JT in the backfield along with Dowley, and a flag is thrown. Movement, Nick? Did you see anything?
I didn't see a thing over here, but this. Oh, he's calling it offsides on the defense, huh? No, he called it false
start on the
offense. Did you see him point that way, though?
Did he?
See him point towards Cedar Valley?
I didn't.
I didn't see the false start. Someone moved early. I think it might have been Easton Hammond on this left tackle position.
I was looking at the receivers at the moment, so I didn't see any of them move. It's going to be 1st and 15 from the 30, the Cedar Valley 30. Ridgeline leading 21-7 here, 6:16 remaining in the second quarter.
What grade would you give this Cedar Valley referee so far in this ball game? About a D-?
This particular
this
guy?
one right here.
It's not great. Hand off to JT. Oh. Good tackle. That's a rock hard tackle right there by number 42, Reese Bird.
Was a great tackle from his middle linebacker position. It was actually a missed block by Trey Purser. Again, on the pole from the right to the left, and he just doesn't get his eyes inside quite quick enough. And that defender, Bird is able to slip through his block and get to JT White before he gets anywhere, and a 2nd and 15.
Yep, no gain on that one. Crew Jones comes to the left side. The 3 other receivers on the far right side. Dally looking right the entire way. Now he's got Carson Cox right in the middle of the field. Carson goes down at the 15. They might give him the 14.
Yeah, they're going to give him the first down. It's just a nice little design play where the inside wide receiver, Graham Livingston's running a post to occupy that safety. And then Carson Cox is running a dig route at about 15 yards. And again, so much space in that secondary for Cedar Valley allows Carson plenty of room to catch that one and pick up the first down. And a 1st and 10 from the 15.
I'm looking out there and seeing multiple guys open.
Oh, yeah, they are
this
running
passing
open.
Game right now just feels like they can do whatever they want. Heavy set on the left side, going to run over that with JT. Follows a couple of guys, pushes his way forward, gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Ridgeline.
And those couple of guys you mentioned is one, Trey Purser. Again, it's power football. They load up the left side with Hunter Knighton and Crew Jones. You got Levi Painter over there, as well as who's playing left guard? Why do I always forget that one?
14-yard touchdown carry by JT White. Followed the beef over there. Sorensen?
Nope.
Okay. And the kick is up by Aaron Young and good. So Ridgeline extends the lead.
Willie Graham.
Willie Graham's 28-7. 4:45 remaining in the second quarter. We'll take a break and come back for the kickoff in just a moment.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a quality-built, super-efficient York furnace. Call Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning at 752-7272. Online at advancedheating-ac.com. York, install confidence.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Ridgeline offense just clicking. They're doing whatever they want. 143 yards on the ground, 130 yards in the air in this first half.
JT White with 3 TDs already, and that time he followed
2 TDs.
2.
Livingston's got
Livingston
2.
with 2. That's right.
This kick's going to be high and fielded at the 2-yard line. And brought out of there.
That's a clip.
And good room to run to the 20, to the 25, down the sideline to the 30. Knocked out of bounds at the 37, 8-yard line, 9-yard line.
That's freshman Noah Fiafia in on that tackle. Nice return by Cedar Valley up the ridgeline side of the field.
That's number 10, Champ Buffett, on the return. And they are going to mark this at the 40. So great return that time by Buffett out to the 40-yard line. And that's where most likely Bannery's going to bring the team back out. If you're just joining us, Cedar Valley lost their quarterback in the first quarter to a terrible injury, it looked like to us, from up here to one of his legs, to his left leg. And they've had to go with a
they got a
this
new.
Is somebody
they
else.
got a new guy in there. Is that 82 or is that 12?
82, freshman quarterback.
Oh boy, he played against us last night.
Aiden Laws.
Wow.
In at quarterback here for the varsity team.
Oh boy.
And they're going to call a timeout as Laws definitely looks the stature of a freshman. But hey, man, we've seen it. Last year, Nate Dowley was a freshman, and he was leading the varsity coordinator. Nate's a little bigger, but sometimes throwing a kid into a situation like this is going to be difficult for the season, but it will pay dividends.
It will.
Tell me it
eventually.
won't.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Nate Dowley
in the long run
is starting to obviously show what he had that experience.
Yep.
His maturity. You know who else it happened for? Coach Travis Cox.
Absolutely did. About this many games into the season.
As a freshman, he got thrown into the situation. Next thing you know, he's a D1 quarterback.
Now, it wasn't due to injury. I think it was due to a little bit of lack of production from the what's it called when you occupy a position?
Incumbent.
Incumbent. Thank you.
They handed to Gregory, and he is just stymied. He was trying to find any type of seam, and he couldn't get to one. And that's going to be another tackle for a loss of about a yard.
Okay, now I have no idea, Dave. I'm just going to draw on a few assumptions here for you real quick. We played this little fella on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Our freshman team did.
I was there.
You were there.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad decision maker at all. Could tuck it and run. You know, this is obviously a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm.
But if he makes good decisions, delivers the ball on time, that's the biggest thing. And
hold on, he's in the shotgun right now.
He is.
Pitch to Gregory. They're going to go right, and he's going to again be tackled for another loss.
Killian, and I don't know.
Back into Killian, excuse me.
Yeah. And it's
here's
just
the
a
thing.
different
To me,
right there.
this is where coaching is
huge.
Even bigger than normal, which is
paramount.
You've got to put him in a position to where he can succeed, and it might not be vertical passes. It's going to be passes where it's quick little in routes or pitches to guys like Gregory. Try to manage the game to where you can
create some positives.
Something helpful for him.
For sure. And one thing, I just don't understand it, but Gregory should be in the game every snap on offense.
Yeah, it feels like
here
it.
Here it is. Here's a pass.
Boy. He scrambles out of there. He was able to get out, and he's to the 45-yard line.
Little guy. There you go. There's something positive to build on if you're little number 82. What'd you say his name was? Aiden Laws. Nice job, Aiden.
Yeah, excellent job that time. He was on the 36, and he was able to get all the way out to the 47.
I was just about to say, he killed us a couple of times with some quarterback scrambles and some nice quarterback runs. I didn't know if he'd take off first pass attempt of the game, but he took off and picked up about 12.
It's still a 4th down and 4, so they're going to kick it away. Back to receive is Dustin. Trace catches it at the 25, scampers to the right sideline, lowers his shoulder, and gets to about the 38.
Nice little return by Trace Dustin as he gets it to the ridgeline side of the field. Gives his offense pretty good starting field position here as they're going to take over. Ball on the 40-yard line, up 28-7.
So Aiden Laws gets 11 yards on that carry. Hasn't tried to throw it quite yet. And we are going to have an issue here when it comes to
what?
me having numbers of amount of space to put in quarterbacks, and we're on a third quarterback.
More rows.
I'm going to create another row.
See, now
here.
if you used an app, I'm sure it'd be just simple.
Oh, I'm sure. Dally in the shotgun. Fake it to JT. Over the middle. Ooh, good catch. Catching the back end of the ball that time was Hunter Knighton. And he was in the seam right there going down from his tight end position.
Beautiful catch and throw by Nate Dally. Throws it only where Hunter Knighton can catch it. They fake the run action to the left, and then they hit the tight end right up the seam. And a nice first down to start this drive. Looking for more points here and to build upon their 28-7 lead early in this ball game. Still in the first half.
That's a pickup of about 18. According to the PA, so we'll give Hunter Knighton 18 yards on that, and we're now into Cedar Valley territory again. Hand to JT, coming to the left side. Flag is thrown. It's probably going to be a hold. JT makes a cut back into the field as he got to the sideline, and he's all the way down to the 22-yard line. But I think they're going to bring this one back.
Yeah, this guy goes from a D- to an F, as I didn't see anything on this left edge that resembled a hold. But again, he wants to make sure everybody knows he's here officiating tonight, and he gets his yellow hanky out of his pocket.
So it's going to go from it was on the 43-yard line, and it's now going to be marked at the
51.
49. I don't have 51. Hey, but you know what? I'm so glad you just did that. Years ago, I was calling a game. Okay, I was out of Skyview calling a game, and I'm like, he's at the 35, the 40, the 50, the 55. Then I'm like, not at the 55.
Not at the 55.
49-yard line. It's on the Ridgeline side. I'm so glad you did that. I've felt like an idiot by myself for 15 years. What a catch out there by Knighton, and it was almost picked off. That was close to the first down.
You hang out with me long enough, I'll make you feel real comfortable being an idiot.
It was good, because I've never claimed to be a genius.
That was a beautiful throw by Nate Dally as he gets his tight end out there on the far side of the field there. It's a long throw out to Hunter Knighton. He throws it over to the Cedar Valley defender and puts it right in the arms. Nice jumping catch by Hunter Knighton, and a 2nd and 3.
That's a really good thrown ball. 2nd down and about 4. After 14-yard gain there. Give it to JT coming left. Good cut up the middle, and he is down to the 30-yard line.
I tell you what, Trey Purser is a busy boy here tonight as he has been involved in most of this run action for the Ridgeline offense early in this first half. He is leading the way again, and he is a freight train up there. I tell you what, he'll run through just about anybody.
I like that, Trey Purser.
I like him, too. He's a good kid.
Down to I thought he got the 30, but they gave him the 32. So 1st and 10 from the Aviators 32. Dally goes low for the snap. He's going to have his man on the outside. That's Carson Cox. Catches it on the sideline. Tiptoes into the end zone. Did they give the signal?
I don't see a touchdown, but it sure looked like one as they run JT wide out into the flats to the Ridgeline side of the field. Carson Cox is going to run just a little easy corner route. And again, I got to give Nate Dally so much credit on these balls that he's throwing. It is on a dime.
3 touchdown passes.
So well thrown that only Carson can catch it. And I mean, it is literally, Dave, stride for stride, right in his hands where it needs to be. Is it not?
It is. It is. I don't know what else to tell you.
Very well thrown. That is elite ball placement by Nate Dally here we're seeing tonight as Ridgeline extends the lead 35-7.
And we are still in the first half, folks. A minute 23 remaining in the second quarter. We'll be back in just a moment.
What do they do at the Logo Shop? Custom design t-shirts, hats, and jackets with your company logo. Or put your logo on pens, drinkware, golf balls, travel accessories, outdoor gear, anything. Give them a call. Check out the possibilities.
Logo stuff, the Logo Shop.
From what's happening in local political elections to breaking news to photo gallery.
Here with a minute 23 left in the second quarter. Aaron Young getting set to kick off as Carson Cox catches the 32-yard pass from Nate Dally and scampers into the end zone. This one's going to be brought back by Buffett. He made a good run last last time. Let's see what he can do here. Looks like he's trying to get to the right sideline. Makes a couple guys miss. Third guy miss, and then he drags, I believe, was it number 2?
Aiden?
Is it?
Aiden
I just want to make sure I'm not missing another number.
Yeah, he's
Aiden Anderson on the tackle that time, hanging onto the leg of Buffett.
Yeah, a little help from Charlie Booth and Jackson Lindsay, who had lost contain on that kick return and then circled back around and got back in the mix.
It was a couple really nice moves by Buffett.
We got freshman quarterback still out there?
Yes, we do. Laws in the shotgun.
Nice
Aiden
see him
Laws.
have a little support back there with Gregory next to him. Good night.
1st and 10.
Double tight.
Laws is going to be in the shotgun. Low snap, but he gives it to Gregory. Gregory tries to bounce forward and in there to make the tackle. First guy was Bodie Hansen. But I'm also seeing Juber in on that play. And Charlie Booth in on that play. Jason Dana had to have been in there. He's right in his area.
He's in the mix. Jake Pitcher's just going to stack the box here with 8 dudes and just say, go ahead, throw it. We dare you. We dare you.
2 yards on the carry by Gregory. Laws will huddle his team up.
Probably the last play of the half, if I had to guess here, Dave.
Yep, 40 seconds and counting as they split 2 to the left and 2 to the right, which is the short side of the field.
Think he'll throw it?
I don't know. 2nd down and 8. We'll see what we can do here. Laws snaps. Give it to Killian. Dances around. He's got some room to run. He's into the secondary. That's a first down. Over to the 50-yard line and past it. Yep, into Ridgeline territory. Nice run by Killian.
I'd say that was a little zone over to the right side of that Cedar Valley offensive line, and Killian's able to get to the edge of the defense, find a little crease, and then it's just, again, Trace Tustin is the last one. He's got about 5 tackles here on the night, but only 7 points given up here by the Ridgeline defense.
That's 27 yards on that one to Killian. 48-yard line now for Laws. Going to hand it to Killian again. And tries to spin out of the first tackle, and then bringing him down is Bodie Hansen and also
Cooper Clark. That's going to bring us to the end of half there, Dave, as the clock goes to 0.
So Ridgeline all over Cedar Valley here in this first half, 35-7 as we end the half. We'll get some statistics for you. Should be a lot for Ridgeline and not as much for Cedar Valley, except for an 80-yard run. We'll share those with you after this break.
McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
Here's today's hot and perfect tip.
Don't follow extreme routines. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Advanced Integrated Systems in Tremonton is looking for passionate technicians to join the team. Work with your hands daily to create custom next-level smart home experiences for each client. To learn more about our career paths and rewarding benefits, visit AISAV.com.
A beautiful career in the beauty industry. New Horizons Beauty College is happy to be helping you take a step forward in a new career and your new look. New Horizons Beauty College, moving forward with beauty. Now accepting new clients. Call 435-753-9779.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
Every day's a fiesta at El Salvador Los Primos Restaurant. All the excitement that you'd expect from the best Mexican Salvadorian cuisine. Try their authentic pupusas, street tacos, and more. Visit now and get the student special. Buy one burrito, get one for free. View their entire menu online at ElSalvadorLosPrimos.com.
Good news for all school teachers and students. Logan Cash Rich Credit Union is offering ultra-low interest rates on auto loans and more. Plus, they pay school students for good grades. Inquire at Logan Cash Rich Credit Union. Member-focused, goal-driven.
If you want a natural stone look on your home without the expense, think Coldwater Stone in Tremonton or Castolite in Logan and see how they take some of the most beautiful resources the earth has to offer, then shapes and blends them to create your dream home. Online at coldwaterstone.com.
RPMs raise your BPMs. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Defense helps win championships. That's true in business too. This is Dave Simmons. Les Olson IT is the best defense for your network. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services.
Les Olson IT.
Suit up, feel good. Custom tailored clothing for him and her. The Cater Shop, because how you look is the first message you deliver.
Ridgeline all over Cedar Valley here at Cedar Valley, 35-7. By the way, if you didn't already,
it's done, bud.
Done. Attaboy. Before we get into our statistics, why don't you share the the scores from around the region?
Minico.
You had to think about that, didn't you?
Minico.
You had to think about it. You probably won't live that one down for a while.
No,
it's okay. It's okay.
I'm okay.
Just call him Minocho.
Minocho.
I think it's fun.
Trailing Mountain Crest. Oh, they must have started a little early. They're in the third. 13. Mountain Crest up on.
We did have the injury that slowed us down a little bit.
That is true. It is 8-15. So back to the scores. Mountain Crest leading Minico 13-12. Morgan up on Green Canyon 14-6. Looks like we have a TD and a missed PAT with 10s in the first
10 seconds.
10
probably.
seconds. Oh, so Green Canyon scoring with 10 seconds to go in the first half to narrow the margin to 14-6. Missed the PAT. Skyview all over Fremont. Last update we had there is 21-0. Logan, last update we see there is 7-0 at half.
Talk about all over. Share the Bear River score.
Oh, 44-0 in the second quarter for Bear River.
And we
Take it easy, boys.
We thought this one was rough. 35-7 for Ridgeline here at the half. Bear River just all over
Telling you, Bear River could be a problem for some of these region matchups. They have some dudes over there that can play football. Some big, nice-looking running back. A couple of backs they give the ball to. About 3 kids. And then that lefty QB, he throws it pretty well down the field, but they play some pretty tough defense. It'll be interesting how this region shakes out. Right now, if I got to pick the favorite, though, you cannot overlook
Skyview.
The 50 points per game that Skyview is putting on the board right now. I don't care what your defense looks like. You score 50, you're going to win a lot of ball games.
Egbert, like I said earlier as we were visiting about it, he is a problem for a lot of people right now, and Thatcher doing a good job as a quarterback in that team.
You got Brighton Williams at wideout. You're returning 9 starters.
As
9.
That's the big number. To me, if you're bringing back a bunch of offensive linemen, a bunch of guys with that type of experience.
You remember how I was talking a little bit about timing and working all summer to get everything in
gelling
synergy,
together,
You got 9 dudes that have already done this for a whole season before, so you're just kind of picking up where you left off. And I know it was a bit of a disappointing season last year for Chris Howell, so he's looking to be on top of Region 11 and make a run at this 4A state championship.
Hey, no, don't cheat by looking at this. You had asked me at the top.
I can't even see your screen.
Okay,
you got
good.
some kind of visibility protection thing. I can't even see it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So tell me this. Before you saw that first half, what would you have said the spread was?
Well, my spread was Ridgeline -10. Perry Power Guide probably has a little bigger margin. Maybe 17.
Pretty good guess. Perry's Power Guide has Ridgeline 23.2.
23.
Uh-huh. And now,
Perry.
Now, I don't... Yeah, it's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, he is.
I don't know that this score is what it is if starting quarterback for Cedar Valley doesn't go down in that first quarter. That was terrible to see, and so they've had to piecemeal a little bit.
Now, the quarterback's not playing defense, Dave, so you're saying it's going to be 35-28, or what are you saying?
Probably
35-14?
35-21, 35-14, maybe something like that. I don't
What
know.
you saw out of the first couple of drives from that offense, you're thinking they put 21 points on the board on this defense?
Yeah, you're probably right. What is confusing to me, and I think you mentioned the same thing, is why they haven't tried to go back to Gregory a little bit more.
I don't understand
That's an 80-yard run for him.
He's a beast.
He is a beast.
He has 80, but he has a couple of 10 and 15s mixed in there too with limited touches. He probably has well over 100 yards on less than 10 carries.
Well, I can tell you that right now. As we look at the statistics, Chavis Gregory has 109 on 10 carries.
So there you go. I know he has an 80-yarder.
An 80-yarder and a 12, and then for the most part, they've held him under 5 every carry.
Come on now.
Yeah. 4, 4, 5, 12, 4, minus
12.
1, minus 3. Well, I said 80 yards and a 12.
Oh, and then everything else
has been under 5.
Listening,
okay,
sorry.
well, I don't listen to you either. Killian had a big one, 27 yards, but other than that, he's got a -1 and a -1 and a 0. Cole Christensen, the quarterback, had run it a few times before his injury. Aiden Laws had 11 yards on his carry there towards the end of the second quarter. And Nathan Bannery was in at quarterback for a couple series, and he had 8 yards.
You know, you mentioned something about the freshman coming in the ball game, and I 100% agree with you that that's a coaching decision that you're like, guys, we're just playing for the future here. We're not playing to try to win this game because our defense can't stop these guys. We're just playing for the future. We're playing for next year and the next year beyond that. So we're going to put the freshman in the ball game and just give him reps. I mean, and looking beyond tonight, you try to put the dude in there that gives you the best chance to win. But then once you can't stop this Ridgeline offense, you're down 35-7. Now you put the guy in that you're going to play next week.
Yeah. So
and the next week after that, and the next week after that, because that injury there is it's a bad one.
So at this point, if you're a senior on this Aviators team, it's going to have to show some maturity right now to go out there and stand behind this freshman and do what you got to do. I don't know why I saw this or I caught this, but the yearbook from last year was sitting on our. I don't think Griffey ever picked up his yearbook. I was perusing the yearbook, and I saw a quote by Nate Dowley, and they asked him what his most memorable experience was from last season's football team, and he mentioned the Stansbury game. And he goes, we didn't win, but the team. Embraced him as that freshman quarterback, and that means something. That means something to not only Nate or right now young Aiden Laws. If they'll stand behind him as the senior class or the junior class, it's going to benefit this group going forward. Because right now, it's probably not going to benefit these seniors. I mean, like you said, you're playing for the future, but the future is now for the senior class, and the only thing they can do is play with pride. And hopefully they're going to embrace this young guy and stand behind him.
And you got to give a lot of credit for the seniors last year, Jackson Olson specifically, because he was asked to play quarterback, and he stepped aside and went back to his natural position of wide receiver.
I bet he welcomed that.
I think he did. But all of those seniors for making Nate feel that way.
Exactly.
Because that's not something that everybody probably would be led to feel that way from teammates, but for him to mention that as his most memorable.
Yeah, not the wins, not his first touchdown pass.
Not throwing for 350 yards.
Yep, being able to come in and
being embraced by his teammates. It's never about what you say to people.
Find Sydney's yearbook. You'll see it. It was a cool quote, I thought.
So it's true. It's how you make people feel, Dave.
Yep. Let's look at the totals here from the first half. Ridgeline carried the ball 13 times for 148 yards. Now, J.T. White went for 141.
Sheesh.
Nate had a 7-yard carry, if you remember. But, 141 yards out of JT. He had an 18-yarder. He's had a 14, a 13, a 9, a 9. So, I mean, he's had 12 carries.
You say that there's been wide receivers running open all over the field? There's been running lanes opened up.
It shows the importance of the balance. If you can't get that out of JT, you don't have the open guys in the secondary,
right?
Or vice versa. If you can't
stretch the ball down the field,
then they're going to pack the ball.
There's
JT's not
going to stuff you run. Yeah, they've had whatever they've wanted here tonight early in this ball game in the first half.
Yep, 13 carries for 148 for Ridgeline, 19 carries for 162 for Cedar Valley. And you're going to see why, because they only on the passing completions for Cedar Valley 2, passing attempts 5. Ridgeline attempts 13 passes and got 11 of them, so 85% for Nate Dowley, 194 yards for Nate in the air, 30 yards for Cedar Valley.
All I can say is when you have as many completions to the other team as you have your own team, it's not a great night.
Yeah. 300, good point, because there's been two interceptions. Total offense, 342 yards for Ridgeline, 192 for Cedar Valley.
It's going to be a rough second half here. I mean, it's going to be a lot of the same of what you saw. You're probably going to see maybe a touchdown or two more by Ridgeline, and then
one more, and you're going to have a running clock.
And then the Dogs are probably more than likely going to be called off. You're not out here trying to embarrass anybody or anything on their home field, but you're going to see. You may see freshman Cade Barrett, who quarterbacks the JV team. You're probably going to see some JV players out there on defense, most certainly, if the score stays like it is. And
Ridgeline gets the ball to start the half.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken. If they open this baby up with the touchdown, you're probably going to see a lot of JV kids out on the field, and
usually
bet
coaches,
your bottom dollar we're going to get them some name recognition here tonight. So stay tuned, everybody. Don't phase out of this one just because it's 35-7. You might hear the likes of Zarian Crook or maybe let me get another.
Give me some more fresh.
There's only 3. There's only 3. One starts. One's already been named by making a tackle on a kickoff coverage. That's Noah White. Noah Fia. My bad. And then the other one, Cade Barrett, we just mentioned, will more than likely see some reps here as he's the freshman quarterback that quarterbacks the JV. And he moonlights onto the freshman team just a little bit.
Well, my philosophy is get as many reps as you can.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep working.
I mean, keep those reps going, and play as much as you can. I still remember, Dave, my sophomore year of football. Now, back when we played, I don't want to put myself in the same age group as you. So back when I played.
Go ahead.
Back when I played.
Did you have a dish towel in your helmet?
It actually had air, so you could pump them up. The technology was a little bit.
How many actual bars did you have on the face mask?
I bet you I had like 16. I had one of them big,
I could see you having one of those. And maybe even one down the middle that make you go cross-eyed.
I never had that one.
Your brother did. Travis did.
Did he?
Yeah, I was on a little league team with Travis.
You just remember the cross eyes and the mullet really scared
And then they said, Simmons, line up and tackle Zollinger. And I'm like, well, that doesn't sound.
6'4".
Yeah, and he was a year older than me, and I'm like, I'm probably under 100 pounds at that time. I do the Oklahoma drill there with Travis Zollinger.
You got a dish rag in your helmet.
Yeah, and I had a dish rag in my helmet. Even as a kid, I'm thinking, guys, this doesn't sound
safe.
Wise.
It doesn't sound safe.
I'm sure I'm 12.
Where's OSHA?
Sure, I'm 12, but I don't think this seems Smart. Wise. I'm wizened at 12 years old. I'm like, guys, this does not seem like the move.
Simmons, get out there and play ball in the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll send your teammates out you to blindside you.
And Zollinger, go hit him. Wait, guys.
I want to play Saturday.
Coach. Ooh, my leg hurts.
I pulled a hammy.
Got a hammy. Hey, our halftime sponsor is Planet Fitness. Don't follow extreme things. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness. Join now.
Hang on
$10
now.
a month and
you
cancel
cut me
anytime.
off with my story.
Sorry.
My favorite year of football. Now, back in the day, I was getting at it. The freshmen were at the freshman center. They weren't part of the high school like they are now, so you didn't have a freshman team. You just had.
Right. We were down at South Cal.
Yeah, you had freshmen do their own thing. They were not really part of the program, but then you had the sophomore, JV, and varsity as one program, and you played sophomore games on Monday, JV games were on Thursday, varsity was on Friday. So we'd go, my sophomore year was so fun. We'd go play a full game of sophomore game on Monday. We practiced Tuesday, Wednesday. And Wednesday you couldn't practice real hard because you got to play a game Thursday.
Right.
So then we go play JV Thursday. And then we, dress up and knock each other around on the sideline during the varsity game.
Just have fun with it.
Maybe, hopefully, build a lead and get out on a kickoff or something. Yeah. But we hardly ever practiced because we were always just playing a game, and it was the best. It was the funnest year of my football career. Now,
did you say you're sophomore? That's
when I was a sophomore. Now, when you're a senior and you're playing under the lights on Friday night, there's nothing like that. Nothing beats that, right?
Well.
And not everybody gets the opportunity to do that as a freshman or a sophomore.
But
so
just a few years ago, they were playing some sophomore games. Strat played
sophomore
when he was a freshman.
I wish they still did that.
When he was a freshman, there were teams that had enough to play sophomore. So he played freshman games,
and
then he played a sophomore game,
and
then he played a JV game.
Yeah, that's great, man.
And then he was the one kid for a little while there that got to dress varsity as a freshman because he was a backup kicker.
JV or a freshman backup
we don't have anybody else to kick it if Murdoch gets hurt.
Oh, he was Murdoch's backup. Where was Aaron Young? Oh,
probably in the womb.
He's way too young. I forget he's still a junior.
Yeah,
because that kid's been in the program for 8 years.
Yeah. He was a freshman with that 2022 group.
He had the COVID red shirt. They redshirted him again. I think he had a medical red, and then he had a gray shirt. And then he's a 26-year-old junior.
Do you have any? Do you have any? You might have some eligibility.
Dude, don't even.
You'd pull a hammy in 2 seconds.
No, I wouldn't.
Not to mention it.
No, I wouldn't.
You know what you'd pull? An Achilles.
No, don't you put that evil on me. You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
I tell you, you think you can move, and then that Achilles says, nah, we'll do it another night. That kickoff by the Aviators into the end zone. It was fielded by Cooper Clark. He couldn't bring it out. So Cooper plays defense, like you said, but he does return some kicks.
He doesn't play a lot of wide receiver, though, like you were trying to allude to.
Did he growing up, though?
Running back.
Okay.
I think mostly.
I feel like I remember last year, did they just defense, right?
Defense last year, and with some of the injuries they had last week to Carson Cox and Graham Livingston, he did try. I mean, he rotated on some here and there.
So I'm not completely crazy.
You're not, but
kind of.
It's not a regular thing.
All right. Nate Daly is out there with his offense.
It's like saying 55-yard line.
Okay, well, it's happened.
Not normal.
It's happened to both of us. Handoff to JT going right, and he's going to – they had a handful of jersey, and he got out of there. He's going to get 5. But number 11 in the backfield, James Young, he had just about had him.
I don't know if it was a missed blocking assignment or what happened up front, but like you said, number 11, the defensive end for the Cedar Valley Aviators, comes through the line unblocked and gets all over J.T. White, but J.T. White keeps those legs churning, breaks his tackle, and is able to make something out of nothing as they picked up 5 about.
Back into the shotgun is Daly. Going to fake it this time to White and pass it out to Graham Livingston. He's making a few guys miss. That's going to be a gain of about 11. That ball was a millimeter from either being picked or
Graham getting
hammered.
Yeah, Hunter Knighton's out there blocking for him, but it's a little fake play action run to the inside, and then Nate Daly slings it out to he was the outside wide receiver there with Hunter Knighton blocking. It's just, again, that little now screen. and picks up 11 for the Ridgeline offense and a first down.
Yep, first down and 10 from the 40. They got a 46-yard line. Carson Cox, they go up to Carson and airmails him. That one Carson wanted to elevate with his left hand as the high one, and I'm not sure yet if how much extension he's got with that elbow with that wrap on it.
He has been putting in some work. I'm sure that brace probably restricts it somewhat.
Just a little bit.
Range of motion. But for him to recover as quickly as he has from a dislocated elbow.
Is it dislocated or hyperextended?
It was dislocated. Eesh. I mean, it was as contorted as that ankle was we saw out there earlier. And Travis, when he picked it up, it kind of fell around like a little bit of a noodle.
Like Harry Potter without the bones in his
arm. I don't know
what
that's. I don't know. I've never seen a Harry Potter.
Well,
I know.
I'm ashamed.
Well, are you though? Just the fact that I haven't watched any of the Harry Potters.
Yeah, I'm ashamed.
I'm ashamed you haven't seen any of the Star Wars.
All of them. I've seen all of them.
I don't know what it was.
There's something. I'm sure there's something that you're disappointed in me of.
There's
got to be several things.
Too many to mention on the air.
JT White with a no gain on that last play.
But that Carson Cox, going back to that injury.
Well, let's do the play first.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, trips to the left, one to the right. JT back there with Dowley. There's the snap. Check down. Nope, they're going to go to Graham, and he caught it. He just plays the ball so well, and the defender not looking. Oh, he's out of bounds. Nope. Is he? What?
No, it's complete.
Okay,
it's complete. Yep.
So that one went from the 25, crossed the 50 to the 40. What do you got? 2?
I've mentioned it before, Dave, that I've watched him play since he was little. Right? I've never seen a kid make adjustments to a ball that's in the air better than Graham Livingston from the time he was 8 years old.
Just little.
You could throw it up to him, and it could be a back shoulder, poorly thrown ball, and he'll pivot, adjust, move his hips, go catch it.
Trips to the right this time. They're going to come to Carson over the middle. He's got it. Down to the 10-yard line. Good throw, good catch. That was a really well-placed ball that time by Nate Dowley.
Well, the foot is on the throttle, so to speak, Dave, as that time Graham Livingston runs a wheel route and Carson Cox runs a post. And Carson over the center of the field has got the defender on his back, and he's just too big and too strong. He goes up and catches that one for a first down.
Back-to-back 33-yard
there you go. 66 on the last 2 completions from Nate Dowley, and they were both thrown on the money.
Trace Dustin on the left side this time, and now on the right side is Livingston and Knighton. Livingston comes in motion from the right side to the left, and all sorts of time for Dowley. Overthrows just a little bit Hunter Knighton.
And look at the official in the middle. He got smushed.
Did he get hit?
Oh, they had a little crosser there. Yeah.
I was looking at the
slow to get up. Yeah. This is your line judge. He's just behind the linebackers, and I think right where Ridgeline was trying to mesh some of their wide receivers. And
who hit him? Do you know?
I didn't see it. I just saw him peeling himself up off the turf. He was slow to get up. He has.
Did they hit him
I couldn't tell if it was a Cedar Valley guy or if it was a Ridgeline guy, but Hunter Knighton that time gets behind the Cedar Valley defenders, and Nate Dowley just simply overthrows him that time. One of the few errant throws by Dowley tonight. He's been pretty on the spot with his passes in that one.
Only 3
incompletions. And all of them, I think, have been overthrows.
Trips to the right this time. Crew Jones by himself on the left. They're going to send White out of the backfield and go over the middle. That one's forced, and it deflected and almost went to the hands of Livingston. And that one's incomplete as well.
Tried to fit that one in a tight little window, but I think he had Trace Dustin on a corner route that time, wide open in the corner of the end zone. He tried to slide it into Hunter Knighton in a small little window.
Also has
safety. Incomplete.
His safety valve was JT White out there by himself.
He was wide open as well. Yeah, that's like I talked about at the Stansbury game. If there's one thing that you could knock Nate Dowley on, it's sometimes just getting zeroed in on one wide receiver and not getting through that progression.
But he's a sophomore, man.
He's a sophomore.
Think about where he's going to be in the next couple of years. Yeah,
it's the amount of improvement he's made already in just a short amount of time is amazing.
Quick out route to Graham Livingston, and he's able to fight his extra. All he needed was an extra yard after the catch, and he got it. Touchdown, Ridgeline.
It was a quick arrow route by Graham Livingston straight to the Ridgeline sideline, and Nate Dowley hits him in stride, and then he's able to get his shoulders turned upfield and pick up that touchdown for the Ridgeline Riverhawks.
a melancholy call of a touchdown, don't you think?
I know. It was,
I blame myself.
When it's a 42-7 margin, some things get a little melancholy. I want to go back to something, though.
Can I say this first?
Go ahead.
Here goes this is the touchdown sequence. Livingston, White, Livingston, White, Livingston. So now it's JT's got to get one.
He's got. I'll bet you Nachos that he gets the next carry.
Well, you're still down 3 Nachos, so whatever.
Well,
okay.
A nice little comeback by the kid.
It was good. It was a good week for you.
Nice little comeback. Yeah, I've
still down 3.
I've struggled, but as of late, been playing better.
Okay.
You're
fine.
going to argue with me on that?
I don't want to get you motivated.
Or you're just going to say, no, I've played really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I don't want to motivate you or anything. I'm not here to pump you up for the rest of the season.
Put some rocks in my golf self-esteem backpack, would you?
Yeah, I need to. And then towards the end of the season, I'm going to dodge you for a couple of weeks until it gets
then
cool
it gets
enough.
too cold.
Yep, and then I'm out.
The season's over.
And then I'm out. And then I win, and I get nachos for the rest of the winter, basically.
I wanted to go back to giving Carson Cox some credit on the rehab and the work that he's put in, and Graham Livingston, and those kids that almost refuse to not play. Because there's an element of football, Dave, that has that to do with it, right?
I agree.
That you're playing sore or you're playing hurt. You're selling out for your team and doing whatever you can to be on the field.
Yep.
And I know some things are just out of your control. I mean, you get a concussion, you're in concussion protocol, whatever the case is. You can't control some of those things. But, man, these kids are showing some toughness. They've won tough games. They've won ugly games. Perseverance right now with this squad is at a pretty high level.
Yeah.
And just the fact that you got dudes out there, Avon Gore, look at him. He hasn't hardly missed any snaps. He separated his shoulder in a scrimmage at Mountain Crest in the middle of July, and now that shoulder can separate at any second.
Yeah.
And if it does, he's done for the game. But to play with that sleeve around your arm with the separated shoulder, I mean, that's just a perfect example of it.
Aiden Law is in at quarterback again. Hands to, I believe that was Killian. Let's double check.
I think it was.
On the run. He's going to get a gain of about 4.
Our hammer, Bodie Hansen, comes up and thumps him, but it wasn't before a 4-yard gain.
That actually might have been Gregory. Oh, no, Killian. They just said Killian.
Okay. No, that was Gregory because Killian's just checking in.
Okay, then the PA got it wrong too. So it was Gregory for a 4-yard loss. Or gain. 2nd down and 6.
I thought it might be because that was a collision with Bodie Hansen in the middle of that defense.
It felt like it, didn't it?
I heard
that it was Gregory.
Yeah.
And the shotgun is Laws.
Look at this 8-man box.
Yep, they're trying to force him to throw it. Give it up the middle, this time to Killian. He falls forward. He's got a gain of about 3.
Looked like he just tripped in the middle of that offensive line as he was trying to get to the second level, just stumbles on his offensive lineman's heels, picks up a couple, but it's 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. We probably have a running clock now, don't we, Nick? 42-7. Usually at 35 in the second half, they'll run the clock.
Interesting that you would bring your plays in with your running backs. They're bringing that. They're bringing the play to the huddle with the running back changes.
Back and forth between Gregory and Killian. Because Gregory's in there now. It was Killian on the last play. 2 receivers to either direction. Laws in the shotgun, calling signals. Gives it to Gregory, and he's hit immediately.
Oh, my. Who is that?
I think that's Trey.
No. That's Cooper Clark. I was going to say, you're bringing a free safety blitz?
That
doesn't make much sense. Oh, Trey Purser.
Trey Purser, yeah.
Trey Purser's not even in the game.
Well, maybe he should be.
You saw the 6, though.
I did.
You saw the 6. Thought it was a 6-9. It was just a 6. Cooper Clark on the TFL, and a nice job of forcing a 4th down here.
We're going to actually give him a 1-yard gain.
Are you?
Yeah.
It's about a 1-yard loss.
Okay, then I'm giving him 0, okay? And that kick is going to go unreturnable.
The wordsmith Dave Simmons. It's the Peppermint Rhino, Dave Simmons. Nick Simmons.
Nick Simmons is the best, my favorite player on Cedar Valley. He is.
Number 76, sophomore D lineman, 6'1". Where is he?
I don't know. I hope he get.
Let's go meet him
in the game.
Should we go take a selfie?
We should.
Nick Simmons.
Nick Simmons, we need your
Nick
selfie.
Simmons, we need you in the press box
for an interview after the game. But I didn't play. Doesn't matter. We need you.
I got to tell you, I have been impressed with the.
Hold on, 32-yard line. Ridgeline starting this possession. They're going to give it to JT, and he's going to get about 3 or 4. Was that JT?
Yes, it was. Was not Jackson Lindsay.
It's
Here
a
comes
26.
Sam Peterson checking in the ball game for Graham
Crosby
Livingston.
West.
Oh, it is.
That's not JT.
A relative of
JT.
JT, Crosby West, a cousin. Nice little run there for the JV running back. He runs hard. We practice against him. He's hard to tackle.
Well, he got 4 on that one.
Well, he's going to get 4 more here.
They
Maybe
give it back
more.
to him. He pushes his way forward. He's still turning his legs.
There you
he
go.
might get 1 or 2.
Maybe 1. Yep, they give him 1.
Scrum that ball forward, or that whole thing forward. And
they're all pointing. They're like, I can't blow my whistle any harder.
The defensive players for Cedar Valley thought they pulled that ball out of there. And it doesn't look like they're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
So we got to give Crosby West 2 yards on that one. So it's 3rd and 4.
Is Nate in the game? Yeah, he is. He's out there handing it off. No other real substitutions that we can see at this moment other than Crosby West. Sam Peterson in the ball game as well for Graham.
2 receivers to either direction. They're going to look to throw on an out route to Cars. He's going to get a first down and out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Thrown to the boundary side here, the near side of the field. It's just a quick out route by the outside wide receiver, Carson Cox, and it's an easy pitch and catch for the first down. Nate Dowley.
6-yard gain on that one.
How many completions he got now?
15.
15 for 18, huh?
15 for 19.
19, 4 incompletions, okay.
Carson comes to the left side and trips to the right. Crosby West still in the backfield along with Dally. Dally looking right. Now he's going to try to go up over top.
Oh,
Crew
boy.
Jones slowed down. I watched him the entire direction. He made his first initial move, and then he was supposed to go. It was like an out and up. But when he went out, he didn't cut hard back up and slowed down a little bit, and I think that Nate was waiting for him.
Throws it where only Crew can catch it, just off the fingertips of his big freshman tight end, and brings up a 2nd and 10. So not really slowing down here much as you go over the top on 1st and 10.
I hope JT's okay. Everybody else is
fine.
in there.
He's over there just
cheering.
Yeah,
Crosby
cheering on his
West
buddy.
into the secondary.
Boy.
He's got 3 guys missed him, and now he's all the way up to the 36-yard line. What a run.
And he puts both arms around that ball as ball security's huge right here. They tried to rip it out in his last attempt. He breaks into the second level, and there's no one home for the Cedar Valley defense as that picks up chunk yardage for the sophomore running back,
19.
Crosby West.
19 yards up to down to the 36-yard line.
He's such a good kid, too.
It's cool that you've gotten to know a lot of these guys.
That's been my favorite part of the whole coaching experience.
Back to Crosby, goes right. He's twisted around and pulled down after a gain of about 3.
Looked like a bit of a misread there. It's probably inside zone, and that you want him to run it down in that A-gap, but Crew Jones and Hunter Knighton had looked like they'd opened up some nice running lanes just kind of outside over by the tight end. Jackson Lindsay checking in the ball game here.
Okay, so he'll settle in the spot of where Crosby was.
Yep.
And they'll send 3 receivers. That's Knighton in a row. Go Knighton, Livingston, Cox on the right side.
I'll get a little stretch run here to the left.
Dally gives to Peterson. Nope.
Jackson.
Lindsay. And he's going to get good about 3.
Jackson Lindsay.
And mark it at the 30.
Trying to get to the edge of that left side of the offensive line, get to the edge of the defense and start hitting the lane going downhill, but nothing there for Jackson really to find a crease. Probably a passing situation here.
3rd and 4. Clock is moving. It's 3 minutes to play here. Trips to the right, 1 to the left is Carson. Cox by himself on that left side. Going to fake it to Lindsay, and now Nate is scrambling out of there. He's going to try to get it to the sideline. Made the catch. That good catch by Graham Livingston.
And I don't know if that was improvised or not, but if that was, that is a connection between a quarterback and a wide receiver that is on a whole nother level, Dave, because what they did, they faked the now screen and they ran Graham Livingston on a go route up the Ridgeline sideline. And I want to say it was improvised as he saw his quarterback with pressure in his face. He broke that route off and came back to his quarterback and allowed someone to throw the ball to. And that was a nice conversion there by Nate and Graham.
Graham goes in motion from the left to the right. They hand it this time to Lindsey, and he'll fall forward for about a 3-yard gain.
Do you know what I mean? If Graham just continues to run that go route up the sideline,
yeah, you're taught to come back when you see a guy in trouble.
If your quarterback's scrambling, but it's not like it's done in that type of timing and rhythm all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What it shows to me though is the 100% confidence that Daly has in Livingston. Throw it in his territory.
He'll go
he's going to get it.
He's going to go make a play.
Nobody else is.
Well, they've been doing it since they were 8, so there should be some cohesion there.
We saw a little bit of that with Caden and Strat too. Just you're going to just give you a chance at it.
Oh,
good throw, and Carson was unable to catch that one on looked like a post route. Carson started on the left side and ended up having that ball go off his hand in the middle of the field, but there is a hanky, and there might have been a pass interference.
Yeah, he stumbled as he was coming out of that break on his post, and I think the corner here for Cedar Valley was in his hind pocket, made a little contact, and that's why Carson, it's pass interference on Cedar Valley. That's why Carson wasn't able to reel that one in. It went off his fingertips. It was still a very well-thrown ball by Nate Daly, but pass interference on the break.
Almost looked catchable to me.
It was close, wasn't it?
Very close.
Yep.
It's hard for us to tell from this far up here. But that's going to be a penalty and take it to the 10-yard line.
Crosby maybe get a touch here for a little touchdown.
Well, they're going to fake it and go right side to...
Is that Graham
21.
or Sam Peterson?
I thought I saw 2-1.
Yeah, that's Sam Peterson over there.
So from the 10 to the... Where are they going to mark this, Nick?
That's going to be about at the 3?
4? I think the 4.
No.
Yeah.
Take a look
again.
4.
Yeah, okay.
And it's second, not third, boys. Yep, right at the 4.
So 6-yard gain on that one.
Let's go here, line. Let's get Crosby in the end zone.
Sam Peterson gets his first catch of the game for 6 yards. Daly's now got 17 completions.
What do we got here? Oh, yeah, we got heavy set, boys. We got Bodie Hansen in the ball game, lead blocker.
Also, Crew Jones over there. They're going to give it to Sam.
No, Crosby.
Crosby, pushing forward, and Crosby's got down to the 2.
Case and Dana and one of the Cedar Valley D-line in a wrestling match. That's no unfamiliar territory for Case, and he's a state champ.
Get him in the old fireman's carry. Is that
I don't know what got him in. Half Nelson. I don't know what it was.
Got him in something.
Fireman's carry. That same heavy set to the left side this time.
Opposite side now. Give
Come
it
on,
back to Crosby. Trying to push him in. Touchdown, Ridgeline. That's
Crosby West.
First touchdown of his varsity career. Crosby West. And that's the 6th touchdown of the night for Ridgeline. 48-7 is our score.
Whew.
Point after pending. Do you have any other updates, Nikolai?
Let me check, bub.
Okay. Only 5 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. So maybe what we'll do is after this point after, which is good by Young. It's perfect on the evening. 5.6 seconds remaining. We'll share a couple more of our sponsors and then have the kickoff, and then we'll take another break. Les Olson Company is a place to go to get a free network assessment. Check any type of vulnerabilities your network may have for free by calling Les Olson Company, or go to lesolson.com. Olson is spelled with an O-N. Cater Shop, your one-stop missionary store. Suits, ties, shirts, belts, shoes, and luggage is at the Cater Shop. And also, if you're a new missionary going out, they have a cool little free missionary package that they'll give you a handful of things, no charge at all, just as a gift.
Well, some of our loyal listeners have been chiming in on the stream, and I'm torn here. I don't really know where to put the scoreboard.
They don't like it in the middle?
Is it in the bottom? Well, no, it's either up in the right hand or it's down in the bottom.
I can see it in the bottom right there. They don't like it?
Well, some don't like it there. Others don't like it in the top right. I think a lot of it just depends on the camera positioning and where the where the play is. Yeah.
This return's going to be bounced up the middle to the left. Champ Buffett is going to be snowed under at about the 23-yard line. You just can't make everybody happy. What do you need to do?
I tried to. I moved it. I'm going to see how it goes here. I might move it back. But going back to those score updates, Logan and Juan Diego are tied 7-7 to start the fourth. Skyview all over Fremont, 28-7. Logan, new update for the Logan game. They're up 14-7 on Juan Diego. And a new update for Skyview Fremont. They're up 35-7 with 12 minutes to go in the fourth. Start of the fourth.
We're just starting the fourth as well. We're going to have a running clock as Ridgeline's leading 49-7, and we'll be back for the fourth in just a moment.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a quality-built, super-efficient York furnace. Call Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning at 752-7272. Online at advancedheating-ac.com. York, install confidence.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Aiden Laws in the shotgun for Cedar Valley. A little pass play out to the left side. Trying to make a quick move to get more yards as Champ Buffett. He will get about 3 before the pursuit comes. Good defense that time by Ridgeline.
That's sophomore Landon Perkins in on the tackle there, Dave.
Okay.
The newly inserted. He's in the ball game for Bodie Hansen. You got number 14. Help me out with that one there. That's Jeff. That's Jeff,
is not on my roster.
No, that's Jeff Woodland out there playing free safety.
Okay.
Oh, 22. We got 22.
Ryder Johnson.
Okay, Ryder playing strong.
In the shotgun again is Laws. They're going to give it to, is it Gregory still?
Looks like it, just the way he's running. Yep.
All right.
Nope, Killian.
Okay.
Sorry.
Killian will get about 4.
A couple of the JV linebackers and secondary checking in the ball game. Cohen Richards, sophomore.
Did you mention Landon Perkins yet?
Yes, I already did.
Okay.
He was in on the tackle. You just
Charlie
don't
Booth
ever listen to me.
I'm sorry. I got stuff to do.
I want to see who's on the nose, and I think that's Dalton Dunn. Was it Dalton? We got the Dalton.
Aiden Laws in the shotgun. Trips to the right this time. Only one receiver on the left. Going to give it to Gregory. Gregory pounds his way forward for enough for a first down, but just barely. I think they're going to give him 4. So Gregory has 117 yards on the evening, but 80 of them came on one play. But that sure helps your average yards per carry. Still got 9 average yards per carry. Looking at trying to find another player there, Nick, or?
Yeah, I think we got – I'm trying to see who's at nose and who's at left end.
Okay. We'll see if I can help you with that.
Yeah,
Aiden Laws in the shotgun. Twins to either direction. Looks left. Now he's going to try to go up over top. He is overthrown just a hair. Pretty good coverage that time by Woodland and also Bronco Galloway.
Cole Juber's in at nose. We got 99. We got a new
That's Aaron Eschler.
Huh?
Aaron Eschler. This is who number 99 is on my roster.
Okay. Well.
And then on the left side, is that a 50?
Yeah, that's Dalton. That's the kickoff. He made the tackle on the opening kickoff.
Okay. 2 receivers on the right side this time for Laws, just one on the left. Right next to him is overthrown as he tries to go down the slot to number 35, Detmer Murdoch. He had Gregory right next to him. Thought he was going to give it to him. Didn't, so that one was overthrown to Murdoch. Now that brings up a 3rd and 10. The ball on the 35-yard line. Clock still running, even on an incompletion. 8:45 remaining in the ball game. 3rd and 10. Laws in the shotgun. Trips to the right this time, so he's got 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Looks like a new back in there with him. Nope, that's Killian.
Oh.
Out route. Little miscommunication there. They were trying to run. He wanted to throw it about 5 yards downfield, and his receiver had come back. That was Buffett for the incompletion. So that'll bring up 4th and 10. And going back to kick will be Jakins. By the time he gets this off, it's going to be under 8 minutes. Or just at about 8 minutes.
Yeah, I'm seeing these coaches over here for Cedar Valley doing a good job of patting this freshman on the back and giving him some positive things to build on over here. So
Trace Dustin bobbled that for just half second on the kick.
Almost muffed that one, didn't he?
Yep, and it's going to be, but he did handle it. It's at the 35-yard line.
Have you seen Swamp Kings?
I did watch that, yep.
Yeah, we talked about that on the way down, didn't we?
I liked it.
I thought it was very well put together.
Yeah, I've heard some negative criticism about it. Like
Really?
They didn't get into any Aaron Hernandez stuff. They
Well,
didn't, some.
I think
But there's
that
a
alone.
that and there's a whole other.
Yeah, you go watch that other.
There's
documentary.
another.
There's like 2 or 3 of those.
But overall, it was interesting to see the craziness of college football.
We got the JV squad in here. It looks like.
Here we
Okay,
go.
so I'm going to get some names out for you.
Barrett
Cox.
Barrett in the shotgun gives to. Is that 33?
That's Jackson Lindsay. Yeah, that's Cade Barrett.
Okay, so Barrett's going to run this off. It's just a freshman. So we got 2 freshman quarterbacks playing right now.
I believe Kyler May, is he snapping or is Dalton snapping?
8 yards for Lindsay on that
Kyler
one.
May at the right guard. Brady Cook here out of wide receiver.
I appreciate
Daxton Coleman at tight end.
Barrett gives to Lindsay, and he was hit immediately by big number 72, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure where he came from at that defense. He was the nose guard, so there's a little mix-up up front on who's taking the nose as he was in the backfield immediately and stopped Lindsay in his tracks. We got a 3rd and 5. We'll see if freshman Cade Barrett throws this one here. He likes Jeff Woodland as one of his primary targets. We also got Sam Peterson out there. Little confusion.
Trips to the right. Barrett's rolling right. Underthrows his intended receiver. That was Sam Peterson. So it's going to be an incompletion by Barrett. And it's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's like we got number 66 out there. That's Gage Judd. Who else was out there?
Gage Judd is my neighbor.
Is he now?
Yeah.
He's playing little line out there.
Yeah, good job. And going back to kick should be Trace Dustin.
I don't think we got enough dudes out here. There you go, Kyler. Stay out here.
He's getting himself back on there. And we got under 6 minutes to play now. Snap comes back to Trace. Lefty gets it out of there, but it was rushed and is going to land out of bounds at about the 42. I saw a flag, I thought.
Yeah, I don't know if he's saying that there wasn't enough linemen on the line, but, whatever.
But,
I think they had too many men in the backfield. Legal formation.
Is that really the first punt of the evening for Ridgeline? I think it was.
It is, yeah. The offense has been, they've been rolling.
I'm sure Cedar Valley is going to decline this.
They did.
And this is going to bring it forward a little further. So it went out at the 42. Where are they going to spot it? You tack like 10 on to the end of to where that went out of bounds? It's the legal formation.
No, if they just decline it, you just take it where it is. Otherwise, you back them up 5 and have 3 punt.
You're right. Yeah, so the 42-yard line is where Aiden Laws will start.
I don't know what they've done. They marked it up 5. I don't know why. Maybe, whatever.
Whatever, Russ.
Let's just get this.
Whatever, Russ.
Whatever.
We'll
get this game over with.
They gave him 5 more on that. So the 47. And Laws in the shotgun. It's on the right hash. Short side is the right side. 2 receivers there. They give it to the running back, and he is snowed under and finally coming in to make the final hit, and a big one as it was.
Buddy, I got a new update for who number 50 is.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm trying to catch the number of the guy that just made – I think it was Charlie Booth.
Was it? Number 5?
Making a big hit.
That was a rock-hard tackle of the game, and here comes Branton Erickson's checking in the game. Number 50 is Lincoln Davis.
Lincoln Davis.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
I know. Sorry, BJ. We don't have a great roster here to work with. I'm not sure why our home roster wouldn't be dialed in.
Hey, don't look at me.
Okay, I am, though.
Okay. I am, though.
Screen
pass completed. Going to be a gain of about 4.
I tell you what, Landon Perkins is going to be one of the better linebackers to come through this program when it's all said and done. That dude flies around.
Really?
Yeah, you go watch him play JV ball.
All right.
He's everywhere.
I'll do it.
He just made the tackle on that play right there from his middle linebacker
Lincoln
position.
Davis is listed as number 44 on our roster.
I don't
make him up. What do you think? I just write down? I think Lincoln's going to be number 44. You think I'm guessing that?
I don't know where you're getting your information. You got to start
I think
considering
this came from
your sources.
Coach Cox.
Well, the way jerseys.
They must have changed
who
jerseys.
Knows? I got a message.
Laws rolling right.
Good pressure.
They're coming. And he tries to throw one and out to the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. I want BJ to take it up with Coach.
Okay. I'm sure that's not going to happen. But
well.
We at least finally got that sorted out.
Swapping jerseys over there. And we got a 4th down. 4th and 11, and they're going to boot it. 2:24 in this ball game is remaining. Ridgeline leading 49-7.
And Zarin Crook in the game. We have Noah Fiafia also checked in. Dane May at corner.
Back to receive is Trace Dustin.
Yes.
And here comes the kick. It's going to be a low one.
That's called poison.
Yeah, you get out of there.
Yeah.
That's going to go out of bounds at about the 23.
So we'll have the JV in here for not even 2 more minutes. Oh, yeah, 1:58 on the clock here. It's going to start running after we think they'll just down it, or do you think they'll – I mean, what are you going to do here?
I think you just get out of here.
You going to start running some plays?
I don't know. Maybe 1, maybe 2.
Could be handed to Jackson Lindsay.
Well, Nick, this one's all over but the tears.
It was
all over but the tears at half.
Well, man, they offensively really showed up tonight. The defense played well, but some bad luck, bad fortune.
Barrett gives to Lindsey, bounces to the right side, and he's got a good 5 yards out of that one.
For this Cedar Valley offense, I mean, losing your starting quarterback, that's tough. First quarter.
Yeah.
And to go down the way he did, that was
Ridgeline's been there. Years ago.
The defense has played really well tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I still am. I'm thinking the score would have been about the same.
Yeah, just because the defense or the offense for Ridgeline was just that good. Maybe Cedar Valley would have put another one or so on the board, but they're going to give a sweep handoff to number 42. Is that a 2? 47. That's Raiden Taylor. And he is going to be brought down for a loss of about 5.
Is that going to be about, how much more time we got? 50 seconds. They're going to have to run one more. See what Coach Joby Parker whips up here out of his playbook. Coaches the JV, play caller, helps Jeremy Livingston with the offense.
Joby's about as good a guy as they get.
Isn't he, though?
Yeah, he is good.
I like Joby a lot.
He's a great guy. To the left.
Oh, we're
get
passing
Lindsay
it.
Coming out of
boy.
the sack. Barrett. That's going to be a loss of a substantial amount.
Brady Cook.
They just couldn't hold him.
No. That's going to be
That'll be
folks.
the ball game, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right to put a minus.
Oh, you mean the stat book?
About another 15.
I'd just leave it.
What? Then that you might get my take it with a grain of salt type thing becomes way more like that salt lick I talked about. Take it with an absolute.
Do you think anyone's
chunk
listening
of
to
salt.
stats after this thinking?
He's probably wrong. They're thinking, yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, they do. All of my loyal listeners think that my stats are
your mom,
spot on.
Your dad.
My mom and dad and my wife think I am fantastic statistician.
But
I don't want to have to do these stats.
None of your kids.
No, they don't.
They know you're terrible
They're
with
not even
numbers.
listening. Yeah. They don't listen. I just think that we should have a statistician up here so we can call a game and not have to worry about the stats.
Who was asking? Oh, I have one for us.
Lance Campbell wanted to do it years ago.
A professional CFO.
Who?
Matthew Lichty.
Bring him up.
Well, okay. Wait, he'd probably have an app.
Bring it up.
Okay,
I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Finished.
And tell him he's going to get paid $0.
Well, I was going to say he gets paid to count numbers. Up here, he ain't going to get anything.
No, you get a firm handshake is what you get. Maybe a belly bump if you're lucky.
Maybe a gift card to Maverick. Maybe.
Ridgeline wins 49-7 as the teams exchange pleasantries at midfield. We will go ahead and step away to tally these spot-on statistics and bring back and share those with you in our post-game show in just a moment.
What do they do at the Logo Shop? Custom design t-shirts, hats, and jackets with your company logo. Or put your logo on pens, drinkware, golf balls, travel accessories, outdoor gear, anything. Give them a call. Check out the possibilities.
Logo Stop, the Logo Shop.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays. If it's happening in our Cache Valley Daily.
Ash and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
Here's today's hot and perfect tip.
Don't follow extreme routines. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Advanced Integrated Systems in Tremont is looking for passionate technicians to join the team. Work with your hands daily to create custom next-level smart home experiences for each client. To learn more about our career paths and rewarding benefits, visit AISAV.com.
Ridgeline wins this one in fine fashion, 49-7 here at Cedar Valley. Our post-game statistics are brought to you by our good buddy Dan Grange at D&D Auto and Salvage. Cache Valley's #1 place to get the most money for junk vehicles and scrap metal. Pickup is available. Call 787-1204. Ridgeline carries the ball 26 times for 201 yards on the night. 80 yards came out of young JT White on one run. He ends up going for 146 yards on the evening. Cedar Valley runs the ball 25 times for 172 yards. They got an 80-yard carry as well. They were back-to-back carries. JT went 80 yards, and then as soon as the Aviators got the ball back, Chavis Gregory went for 80 yards of his own. He ends with 117 yards on the ground. Again, 80 of them were on that one play. 172 yards on the ground for Cedar Valley. Ridgeline throws it 17 of 22, 17 completions of 22 attempts for 77% for Nate Daly, 266 yards in the air. Cedar Valley just did not have a passing attack this evening, especially after starting quarterback went down in the first quarter. They were 4 of 11 in the ball game for only 37 yards. They had 30 at half, only 7 yards passing in the second half. Total offense 467 for Ridgeline, 209 for Cedar Valley. In the first half, it was 342 to 192. In the second half, 125 yards for Ridgeline, only 17 yards total offense in the second half for Cedar Valley. Scoring by quarter, Nick, real quick, 14-7 at the end of the first quarter for Ridgeline. Ridgeline outscores Cedar Valley in the second quarter 21-0. And it was a 35-7 halftime score for Ridgeline. 14 more tacked on in the third quarter for Ridgeline. That made it 49, and Cedar Valley was not able to get back into the end zone at all in the second half. Final score 49-7.
Whew. A lot of information to digest there, but I tell you, the offense tonight was clicking.
Very much so.
Not missing opportunities.
No.
Creating some nice running lanes for JT White, and then there were receivers running wide open in that secondary of Cedar Valley all night long. Nate Daly had his pickings of who to throw the ball to. He zeroed in on Graham Livingston for a handful of completions. Carson Cox got a touchdown. Love to see him spread the ball to maybe utilize that freshman tight end a little more. I mean, for the most part, it's Knighton. It's a heavy dose of Livingston, Cox, and Knighton.
Yep.
It is a heavy dose.
Livingston had 9 catches tonight for 149 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's your player of the game, folks. And
is that
pretty
really
simple? I mean,
that easy?
3 touchdowns. I mean, 149 yards, 3 touchdowns, 9 receptions. Come on.
So
Carson Cox had 6 catches and a touchdown for a 32-yard touchdown. Hunter Knighton had 2 catches. Sam Peterson had 1.
Yeah. Graham's he's a beast.
He's good. There's no getting around it.
Yeah,
he's a very, very good football player. He was hot tonight, and I'll tell you what else is hot is a new gas fireplace from Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning. If you're looking for a new gas fireplace, check out Advanced Heating and Stove in Logan, and they have great options, 752-7272. Cache Valley Auto Care is a common sense solution to your auto problems. Engine maintenance, tires, brakes, oil changes, belts and hoses, and more. Find coupons on their website, Cache Valley Auto Care. And the final sponsor for our broadcast tonight is CacheValleyDaily.com for the latest news, scores, photo galleries, and replays of tonight's game. Visit CacheValleyDaily.com or download the new Cache Valley Daily mobile app, Cache Valley's premier choice for local news.
Are we going to be 2.5 hours back home? Are we going to not get home till 11:45?
I'm stopping
midnight?
for food, and you're driving.
So we're after midnight.
You're stopping for food.
The defense really their job got a whole lot easier when poor Cole Christensen suffered that injury, and it was just stack the box with 8 dudes.
See if your backup can throw it.
Yeah, and he couldn't, and then at that point the coaching staff said, hey, we're not playing good enough defense to slow these boys down. We're not going to you're not going to say we're not going to win this game. As a competitor, you never say that. It's not like you're giving up,
right?
But you're saying, okay, we have to figure out a plan for the future.
Yep.
Next week, the next week, the rest of the season, and then next year.
The future.
And beyond that. So
at first they went with Bannery.
Bannery, and that was 2 picks.
And they let him try to throw it a couple times, and he wasn't able to find his target. And then they decided, let's go with the freshman and see what we can do here. Now, I do think
number 16.
Yeah, number 16.
He's a sophomore.
Is a sophomore quarterback.
He was a decent-sized kid.
6'1",
yeah, they got him at 6'1".
But he was in street clothes, and so my guess is he's also normally an option for him, but for whatever reason, unable to go tonight. So they ended up needing to go down to the freshman.
And now I can't remember last night if he played in that JV game and got dinged up there, or if he was out of that game as well. I don't remember who quarterbacked, but I want to say it wasn't number 16. So, anyways, nonetheless, tough night here for the Aviators at home on their own field. A great night for the Riverhawks, coming out, executing on offense. Defense created a couple turnovers when the quarterback went down with 2 interceptions, giving them a short field. Converted. They punted the ball 1 time. So that means, Dave, they had 8 possessions not counting the last one where they, JV just ran the clock out basically. 8 possessions, 7 touchdowns, 1 punt. And again,
I had 6 touchdowns, 6 times.
Wasn't it 49?
Did I miss writing one of them down? Livingston had 3. Carson Cox had 1. I didn't write Carson's down on my little touchdown list, but I did have it highlighted. So he did have 1.
Yeah. So you got 7 touchdowns on 7 possessions basically, because the other punt was on a JV possession. So you're 7 for 7 with touchdowns tonight. That's it doesn't get any better than that. That's exactly what you needed to feel like going into region play. That offense has got to be clicking on all cylinders next week at Skyview.
Yeah, so this ends the preseason schedule, and I don't know if we can help him there.
Do we want to see if Joby wants to be interviewed?
Nah, who wants to talk to Joby? No, I'm kidding. You want to put on some headphones? We haven't even got him out of the bag. Let's get him out.
Trevor, you want to be interviewed?
Trevor's turned us down already. We've already started talking about other things. We've already started talking about other things, but we can talk to a coach. Yeah, I'm looking for food at this point. Hey, no, put these. Where does he think he's going?
I don't know.
I don't pull these out of the bag for nothing. You get back here. Plug those in.
He's out of here.
No, plug those in.
I'll plug them in.
Job, get in here. Listen to this first question on that.
Okay. Hang on just a minute.
Put these on, Job.
This has gone completely off the rails.
Yeah, it's completely off the rails.
No cussing.
Okay.
Farm boy.
This is Joby
words.
Parker. What do you want to talk about?
That's your question.
Yeah.
You cussed me out about not asking questions.
49-7. I mean, we can talk about, I don't know, the drive home, where you want to eat dinner.
What'd you see over there from your perspective on what were we able to do tonight offensively that we haven't been able to do quite yet this
season?
Yeah.
And that's score.
Well, first thing is start well. I mean,
you
just have to start strong. And, last week we get an onside, and then we're given a fumble both times in their territory, and we don't score.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be accountable for that. So, our goal was just to make sure that we came out and executed at such a high level in the first, in those first 12 minutes. I mean, that was so important to us, and I felt like, this team gave us some ability to be able to do that.
Joe, let me ask you this one. If you were to give this team, after preseason schedule, you got 4 games under your belt now, if you were to give your team a letter grade, what would you give right now? For what you expected them to be at a 4-game mark?
I'd give us a B+.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely think we have a ton of room to improve. You guys saw the level of execution that we can get to tonight, but we know that we shouldn't have to fight and claw at the end of those other games to make sure that we're going to hang on for the win. Now, that being said, I love to play close games because they test you mentally, they test you emotionally, everything like that. And so I was really proud of the way that our guys always, hung in. Both times both of those games we were down, and nobody on the sideline would you ever think was down. I mean, there was no panicking, nothing. It was just like, all right, we'll go do our stuff. But the B+ is because we've got to be a good first half team.
I'm embarrassed to ask this next question because I think I know the answer, but just make sure. Receivers coach, is that what you're primarily handling this year?
Yep.
Okay, so
assistant to the offensive coordinator.
Okay, and the regional manager.
Yes.
You got a good crew of receivers out there. I mean, obviously,
incredible.
To me and to Nick, he's definitely, speaking of Dally is definitely looking for Graham, I would say the majority of the time. But he's got other weapons out there. So it's hard to say don't look for Graham because the dude just went for 146 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. So,
but can you balance this a little bit more?
So I would tell you, and as much as Graham is an awesome target, I would say the most impressive thing to me about Nate is he's still progressing through and I don't mean progressing as a quarterback. He's going to do that
getting through his progressions.
Yes,
gotcha.
And the progression is correct, and that's what's cool because there was times where Graham was wide open as well, but you see him going to Carson, you see him going to Hunter, and things like that, and so some of the design for the offense is to get it to our best weapons, and Graham is one of those.
Sure.
And so that's a lot of times why the ball ends up in Graham's hands.
Or maybe he's option number one, and the dude's open,
Exactly.
so throw it to him.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But what makes Nate so dangerous is that he's not just dropping back looking for 11.
Right.
He's running through his progressions, which is impressive for a kid that
Sophomore quarterback.
doesn't even turn 16 till the end of next month.
He went for 266 yards in the air. But the balance this team's showing right now, 201 yards on the ground, 266. Those are spot on, by the way, those stats. I mean, they can't be off.
No, not with you guys.
Start of this game, we talked about 525 yards in the Riverton game, scored 25 points.
Yeah.
Not efficient. 426 yards. Is my math correct?
Who knows?
432. Tonight,
49 points.
49 points. Very efficient.
467.
Yeah.
467, 49 points.
I believe we scored outside of my play calling it the JV there at the end. I believe we scored on every drive.
You did 7 for 7.
Yeah,
7 for 7, and then you turn
Chin
the
up.
ropes over
You're gonna be fine.
I'll get
to
through it,
Joby, and we go punt, turnover on down. Well, probably punt.
Yep. Well, you can see the difference.
Hang your head. Chin up, guys.
He's
Griffey
fine.
always says, chin up,
Don't
Dad.
worry.
You're going to be fine.
He'll be fine.
You're going to be fine.
He'll go curry a horse's back and be back to practice on Monday.
Curry a horse's back?
Yeah. You ever curried a horse?
You ever used a come and get me? What are they called again?
No, it's a come along.
A come along.
Come and get me.
You know that's what the cast.
Come and get me off this air, somebody,
the cat's up there saying, "Come and get me
off this channel."
Yeah, me too.
Come and get
Joby Parker coming up. He didn't mean to come up and have an interview with us.
Got trapped.
He's going to think again next time. He's going to get out. 49-7. Congratulations, Coach.
Great
That's
job,
an
guys.
awesome game tonight. For the Patriot, Nick Zollinger, I am Dave Simmons. We're going to go home and probably get some Arby's on the way. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Last time.
Ridgeline. This Ridgeline Riverhawks broadcast has been a presentation of 104.5 The Ranch.